And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment Channel. It's your boy Retro CG, and I'm joined in the building tonight by DJ Fresh, Your Highness. What's going on?
What's going on, bro? What's good with you?
We got Juggernaut of Souls in the
What
building.
it
What's going on,
do?
Jug?
What it do?
All right, fellas. All right, so we are here to talk about Power Book 2 Ghosts. It's season 3. It's episode 307. It's called Deal or No Deal. What y'all think about the episode?
Great,
Great.
great episode.
Yeah, it was definitely dope. It was definitely dope. Five out of 5 out of 5. I got to give it score 5. I got to give it a 5.
It's a 10 for me all day. Great
Yeah.
episode.
Well, I
10.
did say 5 out of 5. So yeah,
He did.
I mean,
Yeah, you did. Great episode for me.
yeah, great episode.
All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with that intro real quick, and we will be back to talk about this banger of an episode. And we are back. All right, y'all. We are at episode 7 already, man. Man, the season is flying by fast.
It's definitely flying fast for sure.
DeMarcus says it was 9 for him. All right, DeMarcus, you got to tell us why it was a 9 and not a 10 for you. I think I might know why.
Yeah, we definitely we need to know that because this was
Yeah.
this was a great episode for me.
What's up, Xavier? How you doing? All I'm going to say is, what Diana going to do? 10 out of 10 for Xavier. Okay, it was a 10 for me too. What Diana going to do?
I don't think she's gonna fold.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little worried about Diana. I'm a little worried. What's up, Kiwa? Happy Sunday
What's up,
to you as
Kiwan?
well. So the episode kicks off with the Jamaican Ave boys getting lit up, sprayed up by the Russians. They try to alert Kane on what's going on. What's up, Miss Sharon? How you doing?
I'm sure.
They're trying to alert Kane as to what's going on, whatever, but the Russians are laying them down.
Oh.
I'm like 6. I count about maybe 6 bodies that drop. Oh boy, taking his last breath to try to send Kane a message, and he didn't even get to do it. The Russians ain't playing with them. But I thought last week that after they shot up the funeral, that they got rounded up.
They did. The ones it was. I thought it was just the ones that shot during the funeral.
Okay, was it the same ones? Okay, was it the same ones?
Yeah, but Russians, bro. There's so many of them. Probably the ones once they got rounded up, they was like, okay, here come the next wave, and like he told the dude before he popped them. He texted to Kane. I can't remember. I think he texted Kane was like,
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. So yeah, that's what he said. Yep, you killed Pavel. So yep. I'm alive.
Miss Sharon says she really enjoyed this episode. Xavier, free my baby mama Diana, free Queen D. You mean free keep Dirty D. You mean Diana will not fold. I think she will frame Salim, aka Trevor, for the drugs. That would be a good idea. Because he's ready to tell anyway. He threatened telling anyway, so they might go after him.
Yeah.
Gordo is pretty ballsy. So Monet calls Gordo on over to the house to have a conversation with him. She was like, yo, why did you pin this Lorenzo's unaliving on the Russians? Now we got a lot of heat on us right now. I don't need Drew up in the mix of all this. I need you and Drew to go y'all separate ways. Go on, goodbye. And he was like, no, I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly.
And you don't tell me what to do, and you'll be all right. She's like, who are you talking to? You. And so she's like, oh yeah, that's how you feel? Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Have a nice day, Miss Tejada. And I thought to myself right there, I didn't think it was gonna be this episode, but I was like, oh yeah.
Next.
Yeah, I said he ain't gonna be with us much longer.
I definitely thought he was gonna be up out of here within 1 or 2, but they got him on up out of here in shit within minutes.
I also thought in this scene, whatchamacallit was gonna pop up. I thought Drew was gonna pop up in this scene. Just happened to come home.
Yeah, that was
And
pretty
like,
brazen for them to have that conversation there at the house. Yeah.
exactly. So that's what made me think. I was like, oh, Drew about to pop up. They about to catch, like, yo, what's going on here or whatever. And but I knew, like I said, after he said that, like, nah, I'm gonna keep saying it. I was like, yeah, bro, you about to be gone by the next episode. And I said, it's a wrap. I said, she about to cut your water off ASAP.
Yeah, Xavier, I don't understand Monet's thinking either. Like, who did she think was going to take the fall if it wasn't going to be the Russians, right? Better them than her. So it is what it is. Monet ain't happy about this at all. Like, you know, she used to anyone bucking her orders. And the fact that, you know, you sitting here in front of my face and telling me you're going to do what you want to do? Oh, no, this ain't finna go. What's good, Power Fan? Master manipulating, murdering mistake. Making Monet game plan was brilliant. Yeah, she really did some really good maneuvering in this episode. She sends a text out to Kane and Junior telling me we need to meet right now. Tariq on the phone singing a Keith Sweat song. Why me, baby? I mean, he begging and pleading and calling and answering the phone, begging and pleading, skywriting, sending a letter by a stork. I mean, he trying everything he can to get Lauren. Baby, please don't tell. Please do anything. I'll do anything. Just please answer the phone. Talk to him. And she's like, listen, what kind of safe house do they have this lady in? Like, what kind of safe house is this that she's left unattended at all times? She got a burner phone in there. They don't even know. Like, who's supposed to be responsible for watching her?
I think now, ain't she in the parents' house now?
I don't know where the hell she had. I think she had back at the safe house.
They never showed if she went back or not. They never showed if she went back or not.
Listen, Kiwan, I'm still going back and forth on this because part of me feel like he is playing her, but then again, based on his movements towards the end of the episode and what's going to happen next week, I don't think he's playing. I think he really do trying to get her to, you know, not tell.
Yeah, I'm back and forth myself on that one.
But at this point, what does she really have to tell? I mean, only thing she can do is corroborate the fact that Lauren tried to unalive her. There's not much she can tell about Tariq's organization because she don't know nothing about that.
I mean, I guess they figured because, matter of fact, because who was caught on the wire?
Yeah, Xavier, she's not even supposed to be in New York. Like, she's not even supposed to be in a neighboring state. She need to be somewhere like in South Carolina or Florida somewhere, like, or better yet, like she need to be in Oregon somewhere. Like,
that's what also still makes me think it's off the books. Even though she told Saxe that, like, yeah, I was able to get my boss to sign off on this, I still think it was off the books.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let that off the book stuff go because I mean she was taken in to the DEA office by the federal agents. When she goes before a judge, they're going to want to know where she's been held up at it. So, I mean, there's no way that they could hide her from law enforcement, too. I believe Jenny was true. I think it's just bad writing. I think it was bad writing because we saw Tasha, which said Tasha couldn't call nobody. Or maybe it's the person's choice. Maybe it's the person's choice not to contact anyone from their family in Witset because we did see Tasha with a phone when she was in Witset, but she never tried to call Tariq when she was in Witset. Because remember, she got the text about somebody was coming, get the bag and go. So we know that she had a phone, but I don't understand these dynamics.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why I'm thinking that is because maybe the way Jenny could manipulate it or flip it is like, hey, she came, you know, we found out she wasn't dead, she came willingly, etc. I don't know. And then that's when the whole case fall apart. Like, no, they had me hemmed up in the house or something. I don't know. It's shaky. It's real shaky. But
it was a good episode, Kiwan, and I have lots of questions too. So maybe we can answer each other's questions. What's up, King Retro? Welcome in, Mr. Jackal 97. What's up? What's good? Welcome in. Why would Tariq trust Lauren or over Effie? He can't be completely honest with Lauren while he can with Effie. That's a good point. Honestly, Lauren don't have anything on Brayden or Kane, even though they were on the wire. Power fan, what's good? From what I can see, none of the Tejadas will kill Monet. They have found out she had Lorenzo kill. It will be Tariq that will unalive her in the end because she sees him as a son. Now, I got a different theory on Monet.
No, that
I had
ain't
a
happening.
weird feeling about Kiki. We're not even gonna start on Kiki. She was the second female to manipulate Brayden. Remember Saxe niece from season 1. Yep. Speaking of Kiki, she getting her back blowed out by Brayden, who's doing a little rabbit humping on top of her.
Right.
And you know, after he finished doing what he was doing for her, like he gave her a good solid 7 minutes, and he tired, and the first thing his mind goes to is Tariq. You know, him and Tariq ain't right. They ain't got the ish back together. Like it's on his mind. And she basically was like, you know, at that point, she basically started running down on him about the drug organization.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Brayden, you're stupid. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no other way to describe you, brother, other than you stupid. You sit here pillow talking with this chick and telling all your business along with Tariq's business. Like, it's okay if you want to tell the whole world that you're a drug dealer, but you didn't have to corroborate or connect to Tariq to that. So, like, when she asked him, you mean your drug business partner? He was like, oh, yeah. You know about that? Like, why are you sitting here telling this chick everything that she don't need to know about y'all business? Like, are you stupid?
Nose wide open.
Nose wide open.
Nose wide open.
So I'm a little concerned about Kiki because I don't feel like she's gonna tell, but she know too much. And anytime somebody know too much about your criminal organization, it's a threat.
I mean, I'm not really concerned, but I'll say why once we get to that part of the show. But I mean, she does know a lot, so I mean, it could be where she does get unalive, but I don't see it just because of other stuff that we found out later on.
Kiki definitely seems smarter than Lakeisha. I don't necessarily think that she's trying to. Well, I guess that is a good point, DeMarcus. But I don't necessarily think she's trying to drive a wedge between Brayden and Tariq. I think she's trying to encourage Brayden to come into his own. She's like, if you put all this together, you're the mastermind. Like, you don't need him. Like, why are you sitting here worried about what's going to happen with the business when it's your brains that's keeping everything together?
That is a good one, Nora Angel. That is a very, very good one.
Okay, Kiki is trying to divide. Okay, and then maybe Kiki will be Brayden's first body. Ah, that'd be nice to see.
That's a good one.
That'd be real nice to see.
That would, that would be a plot twist for sure. That's a good that's a good opinion right there.
I don't think he could be able to do it though because he couldn't take Lauren out. Maybe he couldn't take Lauren out because of who she was.
I think, yeah, that, and just like in general, I think it's going to be for Brayden to catch his first body. He's going to have to be pushed to that point. Like, he didn't want to do. I mean, first off, he wasn't even going to try to take out Lauren in the first place because Tariq told him like, "Yo, just get her out the city." So he was listening to Tariq anyway. Effie was the one who kept saying like, "Nah, got to get rid of." So he wasn't going to do it anyway because, like he said, Tariq is his brother. As far as like the Russian dude, I think, like I said, he wasn't. He was so scared. I think it's just gonna come to that point where he's really gonna be like, "Yo, I'm about to be unalive. Yo, I got to do it." I think it's gonna come to that point for Brayden to catch his first.
I'm thinking it's Uncle Lucas too. I'm thinking it might be Uncle Lucas too. Then again, Tariq might take out Uncle Lucas. I don't know. I still think I don't think Brayden's ready yet for his first body. I don't think that we see his first body this season. I don't believe it. I don't have much hope for it. Rather. I don't have much hope for it. And I think eventually he's going to get over his beef he has with Lakeisha. Y'all got me calling the girl Lakeisha now. Kiki. Once he get over his beef with Kiki, he may end up working with her. She may be able to help him. Yeah. They're gonna need all the help they can get right now.
All of it.
So they're having a meeting at the Cap No Frap, all Cap No Frap, Frap and Cap warehouse. And I'm looking at all this work. I'm like, my God, what y'all gonna do with all this work? It's a lot of work. Monet looking around like, what the? Why y'all just not telling me about all this work y'all got over here? And, she trying to get Kane to give her a solution. And Kane like, ain't you the boss? Like, you figure this shit out. You tell us what you want us to do, boss.
What was crazy for me was, my bad, bro.
Go ahead, boss.
This was the first time she mentioned Noma.
She did mention Noma. She did.
First time. We never heard her mention that before then. That was crazy for me. I was like, damn, she just now mentioning Noma?
She did mention Noma. She was like, this Noma chick ain't no joke. That's what she said. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's going to be a life or death situation for him, King Retro. I agree. Before we see Bray's first body, I think it's going to be a situation where it's his life versus theirs.
Yep.
I was thinking about that too. That would be a good plot twist if Kiki turns on Uncle Lucas.
I think
at the very least. Go ahead, Juggernaut.
Oh, my bad. I think personally, I think I know who Brayden's first body is gonna be, but I'll wait to that part. But something is telling me I think I know who his body is gonna be.
Who is?
Huh?
Who is?
Hey, bro.
It's gonna be his uncle.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his first body gonna be his uncle.
Marcus, that's a great plot twist too.
RSJ said something in that episode when it was over at the Italian's house, when it was over in Italy. He said, remember when we were talking about ghosts, he was like, everybody has two faces. Yeah. So we haven't seen RSJ's second face. Right. So, send the goons, he might do the work himself. He might get the work done himself when he found out his money in jeopardy.
Right.
His money is washed too. His money washed.
That's
so. Tariq ain't been more interested in this management meeting. He's not interested in this management meeting at all. He's somewhere trying to text Lauren, get Lauren on the phone, singing "Why me, baby." Kane, they were like, what the fuck wrong with him? And Kane was like, we unalive his wire wearing bitch, so he's upset. Yeah. Kane this season, I am really enjoying Kane this season. His one-liners, like the way he's moving in these streets, I'm really feeling Kane this season. His one-liners be so funny.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree as well. That's why I said it's amazing how they flipped this season.
Mm-hmm.
How they flipped it after Lorenzo got unalive, because Drew was always the level-headed, smart one, and Kane was the one that was GT. He was on go all the time, and now
with his little crew.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal this season.
He has. He's been phenomenal. So Monet dismisses everyone because she need to talk to her other son. She's like, I need to talk to my real son, my thinker. And she's like, you my thinker, but you ain't thinking. Like, what's up with you? I know you ain't sitting here love sick over a wire wearing bitch. Like, she's better off where she's at. You should be thanking whoever got rid of her. And he looked at her like, nah, it's not like that. She was a civilian. Like, so? She's still a wire wearing bitch. Like, she got to get rid of her. She's trouble. And so she was like, listen, I need you to get your head back in the game because, like, you my thinker, and I need you to figure out what how we're going to get out of this mess that we're in.
Yeah.
He got to thinking, and he tried to pull something together or whatever real quick to help them get out of their struggles to get their work back on the street, because the Russians are hitting them so hard. They got no soldiers, and they worried about the Russians pulling up on their corners. Yeah. So he was like, well, get the Castillos to find out where the Russians making their next drop at. And, I'll tell somebody that will, pull up on them and snatch up their work.
Yeah, he pulled that rabbit out his ass on that one.
He did.
Like she said, you're my thinker.
I said the same thing to Marcus. I'm like, isn't this telling? Isn't this a form of telling? This is telling.
Oh damn! You know what? It sure is.
It's
I
telling.
I didn't even think about that. It is a form of dry. It is a form of dry snitching.
Listen, quintessential, you are right. Lauren is better off dead at this point. Like, I agree. Because she
I mean, I
cannot
don't.
go back to her normal life. And she can't go back to Stansfield. They need to go ahead and shut Stansfield down because ain't nobody gonna be able to go back to that school before long.
I don't even think that neither one of them will go back to Stansfield. I think it's going to be like they're just going to live a normal life, and they probably just going to go somewhere else. I don't even see them going back to Stansfield. That would just be ridiculous. That would be way too high. But you're right. Neither one of them can live a normal life at this point. It's a wrap.
Let me ask you this. Do we think Lauren's gonna make it?
I'm yes and no. I'm saying I say yes because of the hope that I have that they don't go the same route as the original Power. But then I'm like, no, because then of course they're gonna go is rinse and repeat. They're gonna do like the original Power, and it's just gonna be like Ghost and Angela all over again. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping like yes, like nah, she not like she or it's just or maybe it's gonna be in something where like I don't know, Tariq trying to save her and I don't know, she get hit. I don't know. I just hope it don't go that route because it's gonna be it's like I said, at that point to me it's gonna feel like I'm just watching Power all over again.
It is redundant, Xavier, but you also have to look beyond the redundancy. Um, because she's ran her course. She's the only relevance that she has to the story is to reveal the big betrayal for Brayden and Effie. Beyond that, Tariq can't have a life for her. Even if he was legit, he can't have a life for her. It's too
Yeah.
much damage that has been done, and he's too hot. And her parents are not going to let her be with someone like Tariq. So I can't see a happy ending for them. There is no happy ending for Tariq. So those of you all who are thinking that Tariq is going to walk away with his trust fund, it's washed. It's gone. It's part of a Ponzi scheme. No more money
Yep.
for you, Tariq. You're going to have to sell drugs forever. Davis and Saxe are over here at the jailhouse. They going to visit Theo. And man, they know they made this dude look bad. They made this dude look bad with that makeup. Like, it looked like they dipped his face in flour or something. I don't know what.
Yeah. When he came in, I was like, damn, man. I was like, he wasn't like that when Saxe saw him the other
He looked like Lorenzo. He looked like Lorenzo.
I was like, y'all pulled it all out to show that this man is really sick. I was like, he must have got worse than than the last
He must got worse off. Yeah, he got worse off. But basically, they were trying to prepare him. They were trying to prepare him for. They couldn't get the commutation, so they were trying to prepare him for emergency parole hearing, and he just. Again, you know that while they're there, you know that they're there to help you get out of jail. You don't seem enthused about it. We later on find out why.
Yeah.
But the way you answer those questions, I'm be like, yo, you're wasting my time, yo. But he's not too encouraged that he's going to be able to get out and beat these charges or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's content with being in jail.
Yeah. And like you said, which we found out later on why he was so content with being on, because I ain't understand it either till later on in the show. Then I was like, okay, now it makes a whole bunch of sense why he.
Oh, quintessential. That's a good plot twist. RSJ gives Tariq his trust fund back, but it's going to be for something else. It ain't going to be for free.
Yeah, the show ain't going to be for that Queen's Child project.
And he already bought that. Shoot, somebody to give RSJ his money back. His money is washed too.
It could be possible. That's who we move forward with next season.
Yeah, he gonna threaten them with a weapon. He gonna threaten somebody over there at Western Holdings with a weapon for that money back. But Tariq get in his own way. He just like Ghost in that respect. He gets in his own way because he should have left that money where it was at. There was no point of him having to put that money into that trust. So I think eventually he will get the money back though, but it's not gonna be without problems in him trying to get it back.
Definitely ain't.
Yeah, we're gonna see him struggle for a little bit to try to get it back. But Saxe is still trying to do his job. He's still trying to complete the assignment, and even though it's not hopeful, the Castillo brothers, man, can y'all get a little bit more creative with these businesses that these gangsters are washing their drug money through? Everybody got a restaurant, everybody got a club, everybody got a bar. Like,
They do. That
what happened to
nobody's
them?
never in.
Yeah, that nobody's never in, no patrons.
No customers
But what
at
kind
all.
of 1099 y'all turning in? Y'all ain't making nobody in the restaurant. The brothers, though, I don't know what the brothers did. They low key give me a little racist vibes a little bit. Like they every time Drew come around, they be on some rah shit or whatever. And Gordo have to always make them, kind of like, back up off him or whatever. Because, they were pressing up on him, talking about they want 50-50, they want to renegotiate the deal. Why you asking about our connect? Like, why else would he be asking about y'all connect? Like, come on.
I think it's what I took from the scene was I think it's because for one, I think their mom has planted in their brain that Monet and them, and this was before Monet, spilled the beans. Like Monet and them had something to do with your father being unalive. So
Yeah.
they were way ahead of time before we found out this whole relationship between Drew and Gordo. They was already hesitant when they came to to the penthouse, to Mecca's old penthouse, and Lorenzo had to step in and was like, hey, family, etc. But I think now, because which we found out, they already know that there's something going on between Drew and Gordo, so they're just like, this is clouding your judgment because you so hell bent over this boy that what I'm saying. You're not even thinking about the real business side of things.
Technically, Xavier Drew didn't unalive their daddy. It was Kane. He just aided and abetted by disposing of the body. What's up, Jazzy? Welcome in. But I guess that was a good point. I guess that's a good point. I'm tired of him. Hopefully now that Gordo's gone, to the to meet his maker. Hopefully we don't see them more than brothers no more. Take them too. Like Saxe, I don't know why you keep going on over here. Him and Jenny, they keep having this banter back and forth, forward and backwards and forward, back and forth about him, Davis being the conciliator to their organization, their criminal organization. How Davis has Whitman's file, but I thought he had took a picture of that and sent it to her in that episode. But maybe I think that was the episode that she was ducking him real bad. So she was like, well, you've been telling me this for months, but you really ain't bought me anything that I can use. And to be quite honest with you, he really hasn't given her anything that she can use in the case. Everything that she's using in the case has been what they've put together on her own. Saxe is really not giving anything but confirmed their suspicions about them all being in cahoots together. But for the most part, he hasn't really given her anything.
I mean, there's not much he can give her because, like he told her so many times before, he's keeping me on a short leash. So it's like, you help me, I can get you more info. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sent you the picture of Tariq, Monet, and Davis all together when they was meeting in his office. He definitely took a picture of the case file or whatnot. But it's like, I can't get you what you need because you won't help me. And then also, I feel like at this point, because Saxe even showed it, I think Saxe is so butthurt. Like he like, this is the only way I'm gonna help you. Because like he told he was like, you screw me over in any way, I'm gonna burn you. Like he don't trust it no more. It's a wrap.
That's the part that I'm trying to figure out too. Okay, well, hold on. We got a couple questions. All right, Drew has started another war with the Castillo brothers now that he is unalive Gordo. Yeah, thanks to his mom. Again, his mom is the root cause to all of it. So even though Drew's the device and the weapon that was used to do the unaliving, it's at his mother's behest. Black Widow. I don't understand how Saxe is going to testify either. I don't know what he can testify, but I guess when you are put under oath, you can't perjure yourself. So maybe they're going to ask him questions in regards to, have you ever seen Monet Tejada and Tariq St. Patrick in the company of Davis McLean, something to that effect. But if it's something that's illegal, then I guess attorney-client privilege is null and void, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know what he could really testify to be quite honest with you, because again, like I said, he's not giving her anything that she could use in court that he's obtained illegally.
I think, and this is what make me again thinks that she's holding Lauren without the paperwork, because remember he told Lauren at the house she cannot hold you against your will. Now, if you was in protective custody, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, she got to hold you. And then also, like I said again, they got her parents in protective custody. Why wouldn't they have all three of them together? So there's something going on there. And I think when he's saying like he's going to burn her case, it's going to be like, hey, she had me doing. Because I'm trying to remember, it was something. I think it was first season maybe. She had him doing some stuff to try to, um, or he can burn her as far as like the Davis brother situation, because like he been using her to try to get more and more. I think he got something up his sleeve where he could burn it. We just probably haven't seen it yet.
I think what he means by that comment about if you lie to me again, I'm going to burn you. He can burn her simply by going to Davis and Tariq and telling them about what all she has on him for the RICO. So that's what I feel like he could burn her with, as far as throwing her case. In regards to, I don't think he can do anything against her as far as, I mean, she is an officer of the court. He's an officer of the court as well, but he will probably get disbarred before she will, because he just took money to a government agent and bribed him to throw a parole hearing. So he's doing more unethical stuff than she is. And everyone seems to think that there's no paperwork on her. But like I said, when they first put the wire on her, when you sign someone up to be a criminal informant and put them under a wire, there has to be a warrant for that. There has to be paperwork for that. So she's on paperwork. She is on paperwork as a criminal informant. Now, it may be at the discretion of the person that's prosecuting the case on how they protect their witness. You know, the person does have an option not to go into Witset or whatever the case may be. Either way, I don't think that because Blanca's involved and Blanca knows about her now being alive, I don't think it's off board. I don't think it's off board. It just seems like it's off board because of how the writing has been done, but I don't think that Lauren is being held. Like, obviously she's not being held against her will, because she's coming and going as she please. She got a whole cell phone, so I mean, you know, it's not like she's being tied and chained and, you know, abused.
I mean, but she ain't get that until Saxe said something. I don't know, man.
I know the CR papers and Witset papers aren't exclusive, but at the same time, the law enforcement is aware of it. She said it. There hasn't been anything that they've showed us to refute what she said. She said that the only people that knew about it was her supervisor, her, and the doctor. They haven't shown us any other reason, because just because Saxe says it's not, just because Saxe says that she can't hold you here against your will, we've seen Saxe for 9 seasons of Power do all kind of illegal criminal stuff. So just because Saxe says it, that doesn't mean that Jenny ain't covering her bases, because at the end of the day, if this was her star witness, is this what she needed to help prosecute Tariq? Why would the only piece of evidence that she have, chain of custody, be shaky? Like, that would throw the case out on a Brady violation. That would throw the case out on a mistrial if that part of her case wasn't legit. She's going to have to produce this person as a witness. They're going to want to know, where's this person been at all this time?
Yeah,
that was presumed dead. So it's on the board, y'all. it's on the board.
I was just thinking of it as her manipulating Lauren to making her think like, hey.
That's what it is. That's what it is. There's a difference. She's in protective custody legitimately, but what Jenny is doing, that is, I'll agree with you all, what Jenny is doing is manipulating her. She is manipulating her. She's feeding her information about Tariq to sway her opinion about Tariq, to make her turn against Tariq. Just like when she showed her those pictures of Effie and Tariq. She's doing all that to form a hatred within Lauren towards Tariq. So she will get on the stand and tell everything she know and don't know.
Yeah.
I ain't finna argue this point no more. I'll say what I said. All right, so enough about Saxe and Jenny because make my head hurt. Tariq and Rashad Tate meet up, and we already know what time that is. That's going to be one of those situations where I scratch your back, you scratch my back, and I'm listening at Tate, like, why do you still keep dealing with this dude? Like, you say you down, he says he's down in the polls, his numbers and everything, and Tariq's coming to give him some information about the Russians and their next drop, and Tate's going to use this as an opportunity to help increase his poll number. So, what y'all think about that?
I found it funny because the way he told Tariq, like, man, I can't be seen with your shady ass. I'm like, bro, you just as shady as him. Like, how you gonna say, like, yo, I can't be around your shady ass? Like, bro, you just as shady as him. Like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? How you, and then him say, like, I know you're not gonna burn me like last time. Well, last time Tariq didn't really burn him in a sense. Like, I mean, he was getting information out of him, but he ain't really give him no whatchamacallits to really burn him. But I just found it funny how he told him. He was just like, I can't be seen with your shady ass. And I'm like, bro, you just as shady as him. So
Sure is. Sure is. And just as dirty.
Just as dirty. Dirty and greedy.
Yeah.
So I found it funny to me.
Juggernaut, what you think is going to happen with this whole Tariq and Saxe continuing to work together? You think Saxe is going? Saxe, Tariq and Tate continuing to work together. Do you think that Tate's ultimately going to fall as well?
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to fall. I think that now that
that's what I was thinking too, quintessential.
Now that Blanca and Jenny is like kind of paying attention to that whole sting that took place and him having that information, I think that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I think they kind of might go open season on him, man. Like they might, really be watching him and paying attention to his moves and everything to make sure, like, okay, let's see if he is linking up with Tariq. Let's see how he is moving out here in the streets, because where did that information come from?
Yeah, because I'm thinking about a lot of stuff where Tate is concerned. Tate may be able to wiggle his way out of criminal prosecution, but them Russians might have a hit out on him. Ultimately, he may end up facing some criminal charges that he might be able to wiggle his way out of, because at this point, somebody said in the comments, he's taking blood money. I mean, he's taking donation money from Tariq. He's taking donation money from the Westons, who's running a Ponzi scheme. So all that's going to tie back, that is going to make it look as if he's a part of their criminal organization as well.
Yeah, like he's in the knowing to what's going on. And I do agree with the whole thing of the Russians actually going to be paying attention to that now, because he claimed to get that information from in New York, some kind of informant or some kind of inside scoop on that information from where they did the sting. I do really think that they're gonna start paying more attention to him. Like, hey, who is he and where is he getting this information from?
Tariq picks up the phone and calls Davis to ask him yet again about Lauren. And he was like, dude, quit asking me about this wire wearing bitch. Please quit asking me about her. I don't got nothing for you. If I got something for you, I'll call you. He was like, speaking of which, I miss those days that I used to bill you for these late night calls. In other words, stop running up my phone about this girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yo, that's good point, Quintessential. What the hell happened to that?
I don't like nobody playing.
Like Retro
on my phone.
said, I don't like people playing on my phone.
I guess that's supposed to be one of those things that happen off camera or happens off camera, spoken of but not seen. Just like the intricate. Nah, I'm not going to even go there. That's one of those things that probably happened, quintessential, off camera that we didn't see. So Monet is having wine and cheese with Kai, and I said this when I saw this scene. I was like, "Yo, she running his pockets for something. She running his pockets for something. She finna beat him out of something. I didn't know what it was. At first, I thought she was trying to, hustle him for, some soldiers because she ain't got no workers. Yeah, so at first I thought she was going to use him to try to get rid of the Russians or whatever. I didn't realize she was using him for a way bigger plan, and she played off the fact that he was attracted to her. And so, of course, Drew come in there with his chest all poked out and huffing and puffing about it. And she basically, have to get in between two of them again because Drew want to jump on the man. And she's like, "Fool, be quiet. You finna mess up my scale." Like she running the scale. Like, you should know how your mom operates. You should even know how your mom operates. Right. So when you see your mom, she on the case. She's working on something. Like she up to no good.
Y'all having wine and cheese. He was big mad, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was real mad about that.
You hear what he said at the wait? Yeah, he. Like I said, I'm with you, Retro. I knew she was up to something, but not to the lengths of what she did. I thought, like you said, I was like, man, she's probably trying to get with Kai to join the team, help move some work, etc., whatever. That's what I looked at as. As you can see, it took a whole other turn.
Right. We could use retro CG word for this one. I mean, you know what I'm saying? In front of Kai, she dangled a little bit in front of him, and that was it.
Yeah.
He kind of started going in that. He started going in that direction, man. So, to ask Xavier a question with Monet, I feel like Monet is like one of those things. It's like everybody want her, but they couldn't have her because she was so wrapped up into Lorenzo. So it's just like one of them things. Like, man, like every guy want to gravitate to her, especially since Lorenzo is dead now. So, I mean, everybody trying to get in where they fit in. Yep. But Monet is a Black Widow, bruh.
For sure. I mean, the Xavier, like, it wouldn't make sense to have Diana doing that because Kai didn't want her. Like,
he wanted Monet.
He said that. He was like, man, I've been wanting you since forever. It was
back in the day. Yep. He said, I've been wanting you since back in the day. Yep.
Just back in the day, so it would have been stupid to put Diana in that situation because it would have never worked.
So you know what? When he said that, you know what came to mind for me? Y'all probably going to have a field day with this soundbite. A prequel series for Monet.
Nah, that'd be dope.
Because when he was sitting there on the couch, they were talking about, I guess they were, I don't know if they were pulling licks or, they were doing, I don't know what they were doing, but Monet had to come in and save them. So obviously they all grew up together running the streets or whatever. So maybe we get a raise in Monet. Maybe we get a raise in Monet. I actually would be interested in it. I would actually be interested, especially since they did not give us the backstory that we were supposed to get this season with Monet's family coming to town, the whole situation with Zeke, how she met Lorenzo, how she met Dante. Yeah. I actually would be interested in a prequel series for Monet.
Her character, I mean, it can sustain it probably a couple of seasons.
Yeah, a good 2 seasons. A good 2 seasons where it led up to. Actually, they could go all the way to season 1 of here, because we never did see what Lorenzo got locked up for. Remember, he got locked up for a manslaughter charge. So they actually could lead all the way up to here if they want to do a prequel series for this character. Yep. If book 2 gets in trouble, and the reason why I say that is I've read some press somewhere that Michael Rainey Jr. Is getting tired of the character. He's getting tired of playing Tariq. He feels like the longer he continues to play his character, he's going to be typecasted. And these are the only roles that are going to be available to him. So doesn't sound hopeful that he's going to be on the show much longer. So
all right, well, take him out. Boom, unalive. Cut his board off. Move it over to
you think they're going to unalive Tariq, or they going to let him just go on in a life where he pretty much pretty much gets out the game?
Or maybe he gets locked up.
Or he gets locked up.
I think this is the first time I knew Monet was up to something when he leaned in and gave her that kiss and she actually smiled for it. I'm like, yo.
Black Widow vibes.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be DeMarcus. Because it's like at some point, because how many did we got 5 out of the original power, right?
6.
Or 6, yeah.
6.
I wouldn't be mad because by 5 it was kind of running its course. And like the last season was just
led us to this.
Yeah.
if we would have did out the events of the last season, we wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
So at least not for this. So I can see it wrapping up in 4 seasons. I can really see it wrapping up in 4 seasons, maybe 5. It just depends on what they do with the writing, as far as, because if Tariq leaves the show or he doesn't become the central character anymore for whatever reason, say for instance he gets fired or if he leaves the show today, do you feel like the show could still go on without him?
It depends on who they will have as the main character for me.
But it almost seems like they're going in that direction a little bit because we spend more time with the Tejadas than we do with Tariq. Tariq seems more like a background character rather than the main character. It seems more about Monet's story and journey than it is Tariq's. To me, for her to be for the Tejada family to be kind of like a background characters, we spend way too much time with their character developments for each one of the Tejadas, and we spend way too much time with with Monet. It's like maybe they don't feel like Tariq's storyline is enough to keep the audience entertained, so maybe that's why we spend so much time with the Tejadas as well. So they just have them on an even playing field. It just doesn't feel like this is Tariq's show by itself.
I feel like if they did, you know what I'm saying, like the way they're to just go off of what DeMarcus is saying, you know, Kane and Monet are actually the show. I mean, I see some facts in that. I mean, the thing is, you can actually kind of like write Tariq in a manner where he did go off and got out the game, and he's just mentioned throughout the show, and the show is actually centered around the movements of the Tejadas or Effie or Brayden or something like that, and they just speak on Tariq here and there, or he does go to jail, and again, in that fact, it can continue on maybe to like a 5th or 6th season, kind of like Power did, and you would still just hear of them. It'll be mentions of them, and you know what I'm saying? Basically, you getting primary characters, or you getting primary, you know, action centered around the Tejadas, or you know, again, Effie, Brayden, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I mean, it won't be far-fetched. I mean, look at the Fast and the Furious series. They doing it all the time. They still talk about Brian O'Connor.
I mean, they did it with this series. From Ghost to Tariq. So I mean, It's not like we've not seen this before in Power. I mean, look at all the spinoffs that we have. I mean, they've done this already. So I'm just wondering if they lose Tariq, you know, what direction would they take Book 2? And like I said, I feel like we spend so much time with Monet that, you know, her star power, Method Man star power brings a certain audience to the show, whatever that I can see the show, you know, like you said, maybe they speak about Tariq off to the side, but I think we'll have him for another season. All right, so we finally get to see light skinned Keisha doing her voiceover performance at the student union. I did too. They in there bopping. They in there having a good time. Oh, Rebecca having her a good old time. Yay, we're black people! Yay!
You know she was going off that white, boy.
She was going off that white. Oh.
I said, light skinned Keisha been a rapper. I ain't never heard of her to the show, but I'm like, yo, we on the 2nd season and she just now being.
I was saying the same thing. I was like, I'm wondering how long it was going to take for them to bring light skinned Keisha's character to the story.
I was like, you just now getting light skinned Keisha? I was like, okay.
I felt the same way to Marcus. I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's our Empire connection. There you go. Yeah.
This spinoff is about. That's true.
I think the Tejada family will be broken up, and Tariq will go to his next venture. This spinoff is about him after all. Yeah, it is after him, but I feel like after he gets his conclusion, they could possibly continue the story with the Tejadas because I think at this point we've gotten invested in the Tejadas just like we did with the St. Patrick's. You know, the St. Patrick's were our family. You know, they were our first power family. So now our second power family is the Tejadas. So, you know, I'm kind of interested in seeing how their story ends, unless we get it to a point where each and every one of them has a closure in this show. If they unalive them one by one and Monet ends up going off the jail or getting unalive, then there's conclusion to the Tejada family. But if there's anybody left out of the Tejada family still standing, wouldn't y'all want to see what happened to him? I mean, I would.
Yep.
Damn, Power
Yeah.
fan, they still could
I
call
think
it Ghost
I
because
think
they
the
don't even
name
call
alone. I
Tariq
think
Ghost.
Right. They don't even call Tariq Ghost. So I mean, it's just like Diana could become the new Ghost.
What was you
I
saying,
think
Jud?
I think that the Tejada name and every character individually actually carries weight. So it wouldn't, it wouldn't be one of them bad things where you see a spinoff of the Tejada family, and like CG was saying, it'd be something similar to like Raising Canaan, where you see like the beginning of Monet and how Dante Spears came about and how Lorenzo came about and Zeke and the whole nine. You might see all of that. That would be dope. I think it
Yeah,
was
because
sustainable.
they told too much of the Tejada story for us not to see how it began. So
Yeah, I
it could
think
be
that would be
if they didn't tell so much of the Tejada's backstory, then I wouldn't care. If they would have just used the Tejadas as what they were supposed to be used for as a plot device, then I wouldn't care about it. But we spent so much time with the family, and we spent so much time with Dirty Diana. Isn't Dirty Diana our Tariq for this show? Like she's moving just like how Tariq did in Power. She's going to become the next problem. This little girl is corny as hell. Um, Diana get a text from her mama, who actually wants to be her mother this episode. You want to come out for dinner? She's like, what this shit all about? Is she feeling okay? Is she being nice? Yo, this dude get up here and make a whole fool out of himself with this spoken word. Go ahead, Fresh. I know you got something to say about it.
No. Bro, as soon as he came up there, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say what I thought. But I was just like, really, bro? I was like, you thought this was gonna be the way. Out of all the stuff that you did, you thought doing this in public was gonna be the way to get back Diane. I was like, bro, you playing yourself doing that corny. Like she told him in the start, she was corny. I was like, this is what you thought that was gonna bring her back. I was like, yeah, nah. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I fast forwarded past his poem because I didn't even want to hear it.
I didn't
I
even,
fast forwarded when they got into the stock room because I
yeah.
didn't even want to hear it.
I didn't want to
was
hear
like,
that foolishness either with his little one red rose. I'm like, this dude right here, he was mad as shit when he got back into that damn stock room.
Bro,
Like, I really thought he's a whole fraud. Listen, I really thought he was gonna throw hands on him for a minute. He was mad as hell. I expect respect for the fact that I just gave my heart to you in front of all these people. So
that poem, man. That poem, bro. One word, cornball. Like, bro, you could have texted that shit. Like, you did not have to get up there. You did not have to get up there and then you chase her. Diana, hold on. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. She's mad at the fact that you basically told her pops wasn't shit so you can get over it. It doesn't matter if he dead.
And that she ain't gonna be shit either. That's basically what he told her.
Yeah, once you said that, bro, it was a wrap. So it didn't even matter whatchamacallit or whatever. Yep, no angel. Diddy's son tried to stop him.
Yep.
Tried to stop him, but
yep, Diddy's son tried to stop him. Justice tried to stop him. Like, you sure you want to do this? Yeah, I got this. Yeah, he thought that Diana was gonna be one of them groupies. She wasn't trying to hear that. Then, of course, he throws up in her face that all she's destined for is to sleep with a murdering drug dealer, and she slaps him. Don't speak to me that way. And he kind of goes off on his entitlement speech to her, like you know, I'm better than you anyway, so I don't know why I'm wasting my time with you. You the one who's chasing it. You're the one who's chasing for a taste of it.
That fool basically told her she for the streets in that little storeroom, bro.
Yep, that's exactly what he told her. He told her she was for the streets.
Call that man Salami.
He is Salami. Salami. That's his new name, Salami.
Call that man Salami.
Salami better watch how he moving because Salami gonna end up getting his water cut off.
Yep, for sure.
Tariq shows up to Effie and they just have this whole bitter, I'm mad at you, I hate you, I can't believe I wasted my time with you conversation, but really Tariq was running game on her. We find out later on. And of course he asked for the picture. She says no. She asked for some more work. He said no. And that's that.
Yep, pretty much.
Brayden is on the phone with them crash coin people trying to figure out why these servers keep going down. And the crazy part about it is you are running all of this out of your family's business. Like, where's IT? Like, where's IT? Where's the IT department? Why are they not catching any of this? Yeah. So they try to get the crash coin back up, and Brayden hears some noise down the hall. He's like, what's up with that? So he sticks his head at the little server room and goes and he sees a door that's adjacent, you know. So he goes to look in the door. This dude that's taking the trash out, he needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. This should be a badge door, you know, have a key fob on it that, you know, you can only badge in and out if you had certain access. He goes into the Bat Cave and finds his way to a secret bookshelf or a shelf of supplies there. He moves the shelf out of the way. He goes back here. He finds some stairs. He goes up the stairs and he finds that there's a whole floor of documents where they're shredding documents and working them books over. He looks at the books to try to figure out what's going on with these books and decides he doesn't have enough time before the man who's taking that 2 little bags of trash out. Meanwhile, they have bins and bins of shredded paper there. But I don't know why it was so important to take those 2 bags out. But Brayden ends up taking the books with him. And I'm thinking to myself, when dude come back from taking the trash out, shouldn't he realize those books are missing? And maybe call Lucas? Hey, Lucas, the books are missing.
That's what I hated the most about that scene.
Yeah,
like, bro, that's so unrealistic. Unrealistic. Dude, come out now. You done walked all the way in the joint, and I mean, you taking your sweet time. Then you see these books, and at no point, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, how you gonna get back out without the dude seeing you? Because you got to come that same way.
You're right.
So it's like the dude.
It wasn't like he was gone for the day because he left the door open.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was gone for the day. I was for sure expecting the
he was
dude
gonna get
to come
caught
back and catch him.
Me too.
And then he finances or negotiate some type of deal or something like that, or dude tell him, "Oh, nah, this is nothing," etc., etc. Meanwhile, he grabbed 2 whole books and just scurries out of Bruce Wayne's cave that kept all the secret weapons.
Yep.
And that was it.
That man snatched 2 whole ledgers, boy, and dip.
He snatched up both ledgers and slept. And I'm thinking to myself, nobody keeps books like that anymore. It's called QuickBooks. It's QuickBooks. Right. Nobody keep books like that in accounting, especially when you're running a firm that size. Ain't nobody keeping no books like that no more. That's very antiquated.
I mean,
but yeah, I feel like they're gaslighting each other. Effie gaslight Tariq gaslights her. But yeah, he definitely went over there to gaslight her to record her or whatever the case may be. I don't know. They keep showing this whole thing with the servers going down, with this crash coin and everything. I don't know. I think there's something else that's going to happen with this whole crash coin thing because this is the second time that they mentioned something about those servers going down. So I think something major is going to happen with that whole crash coin thing.
But I think I kind of figured that out.
You think they're going to lose their money somehow, some way?
Could possibly be. Or either that Kiki going to hijack it.
Nah, I figured it was whatchamacallit.
If you think about it, all this money, the vast majority of it is supposed to be going to Noma. And they haven't really had any hiccups yet with the money. You know what I'm saying? The money that's supposed to go to Noma, they haven't had any issues with it. The only thing they had issues with is the work and being able to get the work out, distribute it out so they can sell it and then come up with the money that they need to come up with in order to pay her. They haven't had an issue with the money yet.
Yeah, I my takeaway from the whole thing getting messed up, I figured it was Kiki and his uncle, cause
That's what I was thinking too.
his uncle told him like, "Hey, we've been banking on you to start this, so once they found out, and they've been
They
keeping
gonna
tabs."
hijack. They gonna
Yeah,
That's why I say I think Kiki gonna end up hijacking that crash coin.
yeah, they
And that
probably
big
the
ass
service is
camera
acting up because they
stack.
pulling the money from it.
No, Xavier. Effie did the app. She did the
No
no
cap,
cap
no
all
crap,
frap app,
whatever it's called.
and then she did the course perfect. She redid the course perfect. She did apps. Speaking of Effie, she discovers the eye in the sky, looking at her, and scurries off to text Kane that there's cameras on the rooftop. I'm thinking, so you don't go up there. Yeah, so she texts Kane to let Kane know that there's cameras on the rooftop. Don't come up here, not knowing that she's already been spotted on camera as well as Diana. Tariq calls up Tate to make sure that everything's a go. Tate said everything is a go. Good looking. I'm finna get dressed and come on down there and find out what's going on. He texts Monet, Brayden, and Kane in the group text and said it's on. So Drew wasn't important enough to be part of the group text. Poor Drew. So the fans roll up on the Russians'
Shipment.
rail car, and man, they got a lot of work in there. Oddly enough, they have insignias on their work. It looks like the Thundercats insignia. And they got insignia on their work. Like if I was a major drug dealer, I guess I would brand my. I swear, it looks like the Thundercat insignia.
Yes. Yo, I never paid attention to that till you just said
Thundercat's
that.
home.
It looks like a
Yeah,
Thundercat joint.
it
All they need is a
does.
circle around it.
Yeah,
They do.
but I'm
They
thinking
do.
about if I'm a major drug criminal organization, yeah, I would want to brand my drugs. Yeah, I guess I would. Just calling card, I guess.
I
Yeah.
had 50-50 on this thing because at one point I thought like, okay, yeah, you about to catch him, but at the same time I was like, man, ain't no drugs in that damn truck. like Tariq messed up the shipment detail. I had a feeling like, yo, he probably got the details wrong and ain't none of them joints. So I was kind of 50-50, but I was glad that it actually was drugs on the shipment.
I didn't think it
Well,
was
they branded them with calling cards, but they didn't have the tarot cards on the drugs themselves. I mean, these are bricks of kilos of drugs with their insignia on it. Like, what a way for the feds to find out who you are, brand your drugs. It's stupid.
What you say, Jug?
When he mentioned it, he said, "Why should I?" When Tate asked him, like, "Man, why should I trust your information this time?" I thought when they pulled up on him, I thought it was gonna be guns and not drugs. I thought they was gonna find something, but I thought they weren't gonna find drugs. I thought they was gonna find guns.
Yeah, Kamal did get fired. He got fired because remember Rashad offered him a job at the end of season 2 to be his personal security. So, but yeah, I wonder why they didn't bring him back.
Yeah, that would have been dope to bring Kamal back, but
Yeah, I
I
would
think
like to see more of that.
not
I would like
talking
to
with
see more of
Kamal
that
right now.
character.
Look at him,
And
CNN.
yeah, Tate out there working the crowd. He know how to work a crowd. You got to give him his press conference. Congressional candidate Rashad Tate spearheads largest drug bust in New York City history. Oh wow! And of course, Jenny and Blanca and them, they watching this on TV. Russian is getting the news, and he's like, they did what? So, bro, you shut down. Your power is off. You ain't got no gas. Um, it's interesting that they keep bringing Junior more and more into the story, but have not made the connection on camera as to who the character is. So, at the very least, I would like to have a conversation between him and Blanca about Angela.
I kind of think now because they probably have seen like these writers ain't but so slow. I think they have seen so many of the conspiracy theory videos and people and the fans have already made the connection that this is
They got to
Angela's
do more with
nephew.
him now.
Yeah, it's like they just like, well, we're we gonna do it when we want to. Like y'all know, but we ain't say it is yet.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I'm kind of hoping like they come out and somehow, some way, maybe we see a flashback episode of him and Angela, or him and Paz, or something at some point. That
Well, he
really,
makes a decision to want to go in law enforcement.
yep.
Yeah, I had an issue with that too, Xavier. But the only thing that I can think of is in the events of season 6 of Power, maybe Junior was a senior in college. Maybe he was a senior in college. When he was in Power season 6, he was in college already, because Paz was running around trying to get Angela's benefits to get his tuition money for his next semester.
Yeah.
So he was in college, but we're just going to say that he was a senior.
So
he was getting ready to graduate.
About it like this, we're on season 3.
Yeah.
So you got it. That's like what you fast forward, but 3 years. Of course, now he's in his position where he was probably just a field agent, and then once that shooting went down with Lorenzo and the undercover, now Blanca is
elevated him. Yeah,
elevated him. So that's probably why he's in the position that he is in now.
So they got pictures of all the drugs. They trying to make the connection. Looks like one of them looks like a phoenix, maybe, or something. I don't know. And then we got the Thundercat insignia. Dude, that is the Thundercat insignia, y'all. You can't tell me that it's not. So Blanca is trying to figure out how to connect the work. She's trying to figure out how to connect the drugs, or whatever the case may be. Of course, the Russians' drugs is not the same as the drug that they got up off of Diana's drop box. And so they're trying to put the connection together. She feels like Tate is involved, and so now Tate has been added to the board. So with Tate being added to the board now, they're going to start, leaning on him real heavy. And if they lean on him, he going to tell you everything he know and don't know. Junior's trying to figure out how to make the connection of the drugs, so he decides he's going to go undercover and see what's going on down here at Western Holdings, because they know that the streets are dry, but Jenny has a hunch, and she even said, I have someone down there that's been watching them. But they're going to try to go down there to Western Holdings and see if they can find out what's going on, how they trapping down there. Lion-O, right. Yep. Yep. Tariq is Lion-O.
What you call it right there? That would be a good plot twist too.
I hope Junior will follow Blanca to Forest and go. That would be good. That would be good. And I think maybe that's what they're setting us up for. Like I said, it would be dope if they made it next season. Noma be Tommy's connect to in Force. That would be dope. So you link the connects, link the villains, and then link certain cast members over to the show. That'd be real good to tie both shows in together like that. So in case one don't make it, you can take people from the other show over to that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one that DeMarcus brought up, because Tommy did snuff Angela, so
yep. And Paul's knew about it. Remember, she showed up at his place at the end of what you can call it, to unalive him. So
I thought
Tommy was gone. He was gone already.
In his character.
Yep. He was gone already by the time she got there.
I don't know why I felt like it was her, Saxe, Tasha, and somebody else that was going to unalive Ghost for that.
It was all of them. Remember, they had their own episode. Everybody who was going to unalive Ghost that day had their own episode. Remember, Tate tried to unalive him with Cedric entertaining his son. Then you had Paz that was trying to unalive him. Junior ended up trying to go unalive him, but Paz went and got the gun from him. And she went to go try to do it. She couldn't. That's when she had the conversation with Ramona in the bathroom. And then I can't remember who told her. It was Tasha. After they went to the will reading. And Tasha found out she didn't get no money. She told Paz then that Tommy was the one that unalived Angela, not Ghost.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how she figured that out. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So Effie meets up with her boo thing and get a bag of work, and there ain't nothing but one brick in there. She's like, "What am I gonna do with this?" He's like, "I'm sorry, it's all I got." She's like, "That's a warehouse full of work, and you come here with one brick." And she then announces that she has to pay her tuition. I'm like, dang, y'all have to pay y'all tuition every 2 weeks or something over there in Stansfield? Like, I feel like
weekly tuition.
Like your tuition should already been paid for the semester, but okay. He's like, well, how much you need? And she was like, I don't want to be no charity. He tried to give us some money. He's like, look, I ain't gonna miss her. I ain't gonna do no more blood on clothes and hoes and gambling. So here, take this money.
Right.
And no, I don't want this. Why does Effie have such a hard time receiving help from a man? What is it? Is it because of the whole situation with her stepfather, or
that's what I was thinking?
Touching her.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I'm going with that then too. There.
That's exactly where I was going with it.
But you know what though? I do think that this is opening that door up for that power couple right there, man. And that's not only going.
Kane could possibly heal her. Yeah, Kane could probably heal her.
That's not only going to be dope, but imagine them two. They both hit us, bro.
Yeah, they hit us. But you know what? It's not like it's not that he's even trying to hit. It's not like he's trying to press up on her just to hit. He actually seems like he got feelings for her.
Yeah. I think he like her whole vibe, like knowing that she, in
the streets.
Yeah, she will lay you out if she got to. She'll move to work. She'll get it done, and she cute. So I mean, hey, she'll fool a house, bro.
Let's just be clear. Have we seen Effie take anyone else out? I don't think we have.
No, we haven't, but we know she will.
Yeah, we know she will. I mean, she don't have no problems doing that. DeMarcus, I don't think he is simp for doing that. I think it's more so because like Retro and Jug was saying, like he really connect with her. I guess it's because it's different because she in the same game as him. She's not like a woman that's just out here like
money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, remember at the bar, as soon as Effie texted him, he dismissed the woman immediately. It's the fact of that connection. So I don't think he is sent for that. But at the same time, I don't think that there's going to be any type of relationship between them two. Only because that would be too predictable. That's the only reason why I don't see that.
Not this season anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, at all. That's just me, though. Mm-hmm. I just don't see it because it's going to be too predictable because it's leading up to that point. Like you said, like everybody's saying now in the chat, y'all saying, oh, yeah, Effie and Kane, now they about to link up. That it would just be too predictable. I would hope that's not the case, but, who knows where the writing will go. So
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a happy ending for Effie. I think she's going to be forced into cooperation. This classroom scene was hot. Boy, they unloaded a full clip up in this class. They shoot shots. They were shooting shots
at each other.
Yeah.
Everybody. They looked at each other.
Yeah. I don't even know what direction to go in because everybody was shooting shots. Here, there was no deals made in this classroom scene this week. Yeah. Look at Trevor. Look at all mean. Old Trevor. Shout out to Trevor.
Everybody was going at it at this joint. I was like, okay. What I was surprised in this scene though, because all the scenes every time in the class, I was surprised Tariq didn't have anything. He didn't have a dialogue this whole scene.
He good. He ain't got nothing to say.
But if you look at it, out of all of them, he always had to have something to say. He was the one who always closed the class scene. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he didn't this time, I was like, wow, okay. I was waiting for him to fire back right at Effie. And the fact that he didn't, that caught me off guard. I was like, wow, okay. Like, normally he got a dialogue, so threw me off guard.
Rich pink people wear ascots. That's who wear them. Rich pink people wear ascots. Diana is in her dorm room trying to get some schoolwork done, and her mama calls. So I've been calling and texting you why you ain't called. It's like, yo, this you should tell your mama up to something. Like, why is she being nice to me? And so Diana tells her that the school is harder than what she thought it was going to be, and that she's having some problems with this dude that's getting a little messy. Monet's like, do I need to come up there and wreck shit? She was like, nah, I got it under control. She was like, after all, you taught me everything I needed to know, or whatever the case may be. She was like, well, let me know if you need me to come through, because I'll slide. And so what do you think Monet's working her over for? Because you know she's working an agenda. What is her angle with being so nice to Diana this episode?
I think personally, I mean, I might be wrong when I say this. I think she might be trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, for once.
Hell no, she ain't.
But she ain't trying to apologize for that shit. She ain't gonna apologize for what she did. But at the same time, she's trying to smooth things over to keep Diana in the house. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the streets is super hot. You know, so,
and that's why, for that reason right there, DeMarcus, that's why I felt like Tariq didn't shoot back in the classroom scene, because he can't. Because you know, Effie know where all his dead bodies are, literally.
Yeah, that's fact.
Tariq could take her out. But I think here's what the piggyback off of what Jug was saying. I think it's more so Monet is starting to feel that guilt of unaliving Lorenzo, and knowing her and Lorenzo had such a close relationship. So I'm not even gonna lie. This whole scene made me laugh. She talking about, who is it? Who hurt my baby? Let me go talk to him. I was like, man, can y'all please? I was like, God, Mary J, I love you to death. I love your music, but can somebody please make this just make her take a couple acting class to make it more believable? But like,
that's why, for that reason, I feel like she's working an agenda. She's working her over for something. Because
you know why we didn't believe it? Because this whole show, since they introduced the Tejada family, Monet has been numb, even to the kids. Like, the only one you really see she kind of might give respect to up until this point was Drew. She always called Kane ass. You know what I'm saying? Then Diana was like kind of her homegirl, but once Diana crossed her, she was little girl. She was this, she was that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can leave the house. We always seen her as like this numb, like, I'm trying to teach my kids, like, it's dog eat dog world. You know what I'm saying? So when she said, who hurt my baby? Do I need to come up there to the school? We don't see that mommy dearest, oh, my baby, I got to get up here to Stansfield to protect my baby girl. We don't see that coming from Monet. We see her like cutting her kids down, like, hey, you crying? No, toughen that shit up. Y'all, you chill out, quit whining, get your ass back out there.
Yep.
That's also true, Xavier. She wanted Diana to take over the business because of her head smart. So
yep.
I don't know. I'm sure we'll see it later on in the season.
I'm sure. Well, ain't no later on in the season. We ain't got but what, 2 episodes left? 3 episodes left? 3. Saxe goes to inform, literally inform. Saxe is going to inform Davis that they have been able to switch out one of the persons that's on the parole board, and that they're gonna need to buy him out. And Davis like, you sure about this? He was like, yeah, I'm sure about this. I'm gonna need some money, and I'm gonna need a lot of it. He's like, oh, no problem, cool. So I'm just like, Davis, do you not have a safe deposit box, maybe, or safe at the house? You just keep this up under your desk at work.
Not only that, you keep the key right there.
And that Saxe, he can just go in there and help himself and anybody else. That's unbelievable right there.
I think he's setting Saxe up, man.
Nah, I think next episode is when he figure it out.
Yeah. Brayden is working overtime, literally working overtime to try to make these books make sense. He can't figure this shit out for shit. Like, this shit the math ain't math. So Tariq comes by And like, what are you still doing here? He's like, oh, I'm working on a special project for my uncle. Don't worry about it. I don't need you. Have a nice evening. And Tariq like, well, fuck that shit. I'm out anyway. Um,
I thought this scene they was gonna reconnect.
that's his petty cash. You right, Miss Cher. That's his petty cash. I thought they were going to reconnect in this scene too, but they didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was
As he's leaving the building, he's back on the phone texting Lauren again. I swear you can trust me. So he's saved the number in his phone and everything now. He's steady begging.
keep sweating, like you said earlier.
And the thing about it is, though, I would be afraid. Like, you know that she's an informant and that she's with law enforcement. I would be texting her nothing. I wouldn't be texting her.
You gotta meet me.
Right. Shoot.
Me, bro. I gotta tell you this.
Don't send me no text. Shoot. Man. Please call me. And so you got Junior that's digging through the trash or whatever, and they make eye contact, but Tariq don't know who he is. But he's scared that Tariq might know who he is. So, he go back to pilfering through the trash or whatever. He finds the packaging for No Cap, No Frap, and he takes that in for evidence or whatever. Dude look bad too right here too. He had a good disguise on. Now that's a disguise. Not a black hat.
But I feel like this is
Tariq is risking it all for a CI.
He is, but I feel like probably maybe not next episode, but maybe like episode 9, he's going to remember his face and like, yo, that's the dude that was in the trash can.
In the trash, yep.
That was the dude that was in the trash can. Because they had eye contact, and the way they focused on that scene and focused on Tariq's face made me think like, okay, yo, he's going to remember like, yo, that was the dude that was in the trash can. Shoot, it maybe come to a point, maybe Junior gets unalived.
Nah, it's too soon.
I mean, hey, they can keep Blanca and whatchamacallit. I mean, we just getting new. I mean, the dude that was the CI that got him in trouble in the first place. This was his first season, and look at him, he got unalived already. So
this is an awfully big payoff, man. This would have to been more. This would have to been for more than one favor for me to pay that kind of money out. Yo, that's a bag. That's like pay your car off bag.
yeah, I was shocked that I saw that. I said, well, damn, I thought y'all was just, slide him a couple of money under the table. You gave him a whole briefcase. I was like,
a whole briefcase.
At least maybe 50 stacks.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, God, this has got to be about 50 stacks. So, like, this is hell. I'll take that payoff. Dude meets with Saxe. He pays him off or whatever. And here's Trevor at his job, working, closing up the student union or whatever, the students' store or whatever the hell it is. Because I think that's where they actually had the little concert at and everything too. Diana pulled up on him. She done a whole background check on him, and she laid his whole life out on that table. His yearbook picture, his equestrian picture, and what was this lottery? What was his lottery money or something? His family had no one. Oh no, it was his scholarship money. It was his scholarship money, whatever. And we find out that his parents are pink parents.
Hey, this guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence.
No, his name was Trevor. Trevor.
But when she started laying those pictures out, all I could think about was 8 Mile, bro. Like this, she put his whole life out there.
Exactly. I said the same thing. I said he look like he fit Geek Squad with the blue shirts on. He do like he work at Best Buy. Yo, she ran down his whole life on the table and like, listen, since you threatened me last, because when they were in the closet, he threatened her that, he fired her, threatened her, and told her that, he'll figure out watching her squirm when he goes start telling the police and informing on her, whatever the case may be. So she flipped the shit back on his ass. And she like, I want my job back and I want a raise, and everybody else get a raise too. So, and you ain't gonna say shit. When he turned his back to her and said, "Is that all? Are we good?" And she said, no, we ain't good. I said, oh, Diana is getting ready to unalive him. I said, she gonna unalive him. I said, she finna put a slug in him. No go slug.
No
I
slug.
still got a feeling I think
I wanted Salami to be gone, man. I wanted Salami to be gone.
I think he is gonna go, bro.
I think he is, but it's gonna be because he tried to take revenge on her.
That and then I mean
he can take revenge on who? Diana.
Yeah.
Shit, he can't bother her right now. She locked the fuck up. She locked up.
That right there, when he said he's going, you know what I'm saying, basically feel good about watching her squirm, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Think about that. Think about the ending, bro. She got booked. And he was the one that mentioned her selling drugs.
And telling.
You think Diana ain't finna tell Monet that shit? And she already told Monet, I got a problem with this boy at the school. Kane already laid eyes on him. Yeah, man. This ain't finna.
I was thinking that too. Until the preview. Until I watched the preview. When I watched the preview, when Tariq went over there and told them about the Rico, they're not going to blame it on whatchamacallit. But I do agree with Xavier, though. I do feel like he could be called as testify against her.
Nope. Doubted it.
I want somebody to get him, though. That's what I want to see.
He don't get him.
Yeah. Now that Tariq has told them it's a Rico, Monet is cutting everybody's water off. You know something? Yeah, I think you gotta go. Period. You gotta go. And when she finally gets to speak to, like, hey, you know, such and such, you know, he knew this about me. Oh yeah, like Jug said, everybody gotta go. Everybody's words.
Well, then Kane gonna get him then because Kane met him, so Kane know who he is.
Kane know who he is.
Kane know who he is, so Kane gonna get his ass.
It was only two people that met him out the Tejada family, Lorenzo and Kane.
Yep.
And with him saying what he said, and then Diana telling Monet, like, yeah, I'm having a problem with this boy at the school, and then him saying that, I'm sure when Monet actually get an opportunity to talk to Diana, that's going to come up. But Kane, I think Kane gonna get Salim up out of here. Well, yeah, Trevor
Monet is probably gonna ask her who else, who knows what you were, who you were doing.
Or AKA Terrence. I mean Trevor, Clarence.
Because besides Tariq, she know it ain't Tariq, so somebody else would have had to know she was moving work on the campus. Right. She's gonna bring his name up.
Yep. And Claire's parents have a real good marriage.
Well, they're gonna bury his son. At this point, I wouldn't want my child up there at Stansfield because they buried too many people up there at Stansfield. I'd
have transferred a long time.
Transferred quick, bro. Catch a body university.
Catch a body university. Nobody graduates there. Them folks be getting free tuition money. I'm just trying to figure out how Diana had the time to go do all this. Like, what? Did she order a background check from backgroundchecks.com? I mean, she put a Zeke on him. she put a Zeke on him. She called to the hospital, got a birth certificate and everything again.
That's how she did it.
Clarence Ashe Freeman. And he's running a whole scam about him being a single from a single parent home and all this. He is a whole fraud. Monet and her son slide up to Kai's spot. They got a meet up with Kai. Kai don't shut the club down or hadn't opened the club up yet, so he want to meet with him in private. She turned to Drew and said, no, stay your ass in the car because you always start up something with him every time he come around, so we don't need that right now. So you stay your ass out there in the car. Kane, come on, let's go. That was smart.
Drew ass still mad about that wine and cheese, boy.
Yep. So as they walking in, she asked Kane, she like, listen, I ain't got time to explain it to you right now, but I'm getting ready to make a move. I need you to ride. Are you gonna ride or not? And he's like, you know, I got you, Mom, or whatever the case may be. So, you know, one thing I do like about Monet, she don't have no loose lips. You know, when she got a plan in motion, you don't see that plan until it unfolds. So again, at this point, I still didn't think that she was there to unalive old dude. I thought she was there to, again, continue to finesse him, you know, run his pockets for something and try to get him to take out those Russians. I had no idea that she had a blade on her or whatever the case may be. She's sitting there flirting with him, stroking the man's head. I was like, oh yeah, she laying it on real thick. I said, this must be gonna be his last day. And sure, as soon as I said that, the shots popped off. And yeah, she is a female version of Kane. I agree. I said, when she leaned in to give him that kiss, I said, yeah, that's the kiss of death. That's gonna be the kiss of death. She pulled that blade out that boot. She was getting ready to stick his ass. I felt like Monet, you ain't got no hands, Monet. I feel like Rock, you would have got Rock like that. You would have got off a Rock like that. Rock would have stuck him. And you were choking her out and everything,
But I feel like whatchamacallit knew this plan and Drew didn't. Because when Kane comes in and pops him, unalives him, she looks at Kane and says, what the hell happened? Yeah, what took you so long? So I think she knew. I think her and Kane probably, probably set this up. Probably set this up for Jump Street. Like, we got to take him out or whatever. This to get the Russians off our back or whatever. But Drew was unaware because Drew comes in and says, oh yeah, like they made me. It was people coming up or something like that. I think Kane knew, but I don't.
But then why did she make that comment to them when it was coming in? She didn't have time to explain to them what they were there for, and she needed him to ride.
I thought about that, but it didn't make sense. I thought about that, but I was like, yo, it didn't make sense because, like I said, when he came in, she says, "What took you so long? How would Kane know to come in and pop him?" And then when they come back,
I think that Kane was supposed to have been with her all along. But I think he fell back to go check on Drew, maybe, and maybe had been gone too long.
I don't know. She told him to, because that's how she slipped the phone in the pocket. She told him.
No, I ain't talking about at this point. I'm talking about when they were first coming in. When they were first coming in, I felt like Kane was supposed to have been with her the whole time. So I'm just kind of confused, like right here when they separated. Like, because this is when she was telling him, like, listen, I got a plan in motion right now. I ain't got enough time to talk to you about it right now. I just need you to ride or no. And, he just kind of lingered back. He didn't go on in there with her. So I guess at that point, I don't know if he had made up his mind yet that he was going. I don't know. They didn't make that very clear to me.
Maybe we'll see next episode.
But they take out Kai. And Monet, she's smart. She pulled up that phone. She sent Kane to go check on Drew. She sent a text to Gordo, said, I think they know that the Russians didn't do Lorenzo. We need to talk. And I'm thinking to myself, that was kind of risky to do. And then put the phone in his pocket because you don't know what Gordo was going to text back. What if he would have texted back and said, okay, Monet?
I thought about that. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, she I saw that as soon as she said, yo, go check on Drew. I said, yo, she's about to set him up. I said, she about to put something on him to frame him.
Yeah, she framed him. I was
like, why you telling him to go check on Drew like that? And sure enough, I was like, as soon as she pulled that phone out, I said, oh yeah. I was like, yep, she got him. I was like, she about to set him up for the murder, for the unaliving.
Well,
so
Monet killed two birds with one stone with this play.
She sure did. That was a damn good play, too.
That was a damn good play.
I mean, she did that. I ain't gonna even front. That was a Rock move right there. And so, of course, Drew finds the phone, reads the messages or whatever the case may be, shows it to Monet. Monet reads her own message, throws the phone back to Drew and say, y'all need to go meet up with read her own message. She said, y'all need to go meet up with whoever this is he texting and take him out. And I said right there, Gordo, your days are numbered, sir. Because at first I thought Drew recognized the number. I thought Drew had recognized the number.
I was about to say quintessential. I thought the same thing, but I figured just like her, he had a burner.
Mm-hmm.
He had a burner, so that's why he didn't recognize it immediately. Because I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yo, how he ain't recognize the number? And then that's when I was like, yo, you know what?
But when he first looked at the phone, he looked at it in such a way, his reaction was almost like he recognized the number.
Yep. That's what I thought. Man, this scene here, like
Effie up in here.
It's like, damn, it's tuition due every week. Because when I was in college, I don't remember it be doing every week. Like
Right.
Effie in here begging for a payment arrangement.
Got to go down there to
Effie in here begging for a payment arrangement. Please, please don't put me out. Please don't put me out. That white lady tell her, ma'am, your bills is paid.
Right. Oh,
She
that
texts
settle.
Kane.
What you talking about?
Yeah, she, what you talking about? Let me go get you a receipt. She texts Kane, says, I told you I didn't want no money from you. I didn't want to be your charity. He writes back and say, you're welcome. And she smiles. So he wearing her down. He wearing her down. So that's why I feel like they're going to link.
I have a whatchamacallit. Like I said, this is just me. And this is the plot twist in me. I still feel like Tariq did that. Because remember, what was that? Episode 3, Tariq told her, like, yo, I got you. Like, and she kept making it like, nah, I got a certain amount. And he was like, yo, I got you, etc. I mean, it could be, but that's just the plot twist in me. Like, it was actually
Tony Porter
Tariq who did
says, guys, listen, Effie is hustling Kane. I don't know about that. I don't feel that.
I don't think that because
Yeah, I
she
don't
didn't
feel
ask
that.
for that money to begin with.
Yeah, she wouldn't take the money to begin with.
It wouldn't take the
She
money.
didn't ask for that. Then
But I guess what Tony is saying that she might be playing hard to get, knowing that he gonna do what she tell him not to do.
she could be that whole reverse psychology.
I don't know. I still feel like it was Tariq who did it. That's just the plot twist of me. And Kane is taking the like, yeah, I did it. He's like, oh yeah, I did it. And it's probably gonna come out later on, like Tariq yell at her, like, I'm the one who paid for your tuition, and you do this. I don't know. That's just the hope.
Nah, if things weren't gonna go in the direction that they're going next week, I would believe that. Tariq ain't worried about nothing right now but his wire wearing bitch. That's what when they call her. That's what I'm gonna call her from now on. Tariq ain't got his mind on nothing else right now but that wire wearing bitch. That's what Kane said. That's why he could be in the meeting early. The Russians are at another club, and they just know where all the gangsters hang out at in New York. Monet shows up with a cooler, a Coleman in her hand, or with Kai's head in it, and said, "Are we good? We cool?" Like what they should have done was gave him the phone and the head and let him saw the messages. Like, this dude ain't taking y'all word for it. Like he didn't answer y'all either, so that means no, ain't no debt settled.
He not. And that's what I thought. I already knew that. I was like, bro,
I
this
he
could be
nodded.
showing.
I
mean,
he didn't
he did.
respond at all. He didn't
That's what
respond.
that wasn't enough to like make him believe them. Like just because you bring it ahead and he explained it, yeah, nah. I still feel
Keep in
like
mind, there wouldn't have been there's some traction to your theory, Fresh. And the only reason why I don't feel like that could be the case is because up until recent events, there wouldn't have been a need for Effie's tuition to have been paid because she was hustling and making money to pay it. Because her work don't dried up, that's why she's scrambling to try to get the money for the tuition. The only person that she had that conversation with about it was Kane.
I mean, that's
So
true, but at the same time, she might have just been. I'm like I said, this is just the plot twist in me. She just like, yo, I just need this money to make sure that my tuition keeps getting paid. She probably had never knew any idea that the tuition had already been paid because she's so used to getting it on her own. But you know what I'm saying? We ain't seen the backstory that she got a little what is it? What
a
they call
safety
it?
number.
Yeah, a 30-day notice that that hey, you need to pay your tuition or whatever. So I don't know. Like I said, it's just a plot twist in me. That would be a good plot twist, for at least in my opinion. So that's why I looked at it that way.
That club was upscale. Why Effie don't have no money? Effie should have money. Hell, I guess everything that she's been making, she's been putting towards her tuition in her books. I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm trying to figure out why she's so. That's why I'm saying I feel like it's something else with her that like why she is so hell bent. Like I said, what was that episode 2 where that girl said why you ain't moving yet on Stansfield or episode 3? Like it's something else that we not that we not hearing about. That why she is so hell bent on getting s- this money,
Because
like,
she never had none. That's why.
well, that's true too.
When
What up,
people
Monet?
don't have money and they get a hold of money, they hoard it. So, maybe she's just trying to make sure that she got security.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nah,
she's going to an
powerful.
Ivy League school. So, I mean, in New York. So, I mean, I can't imagine for a minute that it's her tuition is anywhere near cheap. you know?
Damn
Um,
sure ain't me, power fan. Yeah, sure enough, ain't me. I ain't the one putting money on the books.
I think that they're just. I think the whole situation with the money is they're just trying to show that Effie has a problem that Kane can be a solution to. I think that was just the further the story. I think it's just to move the story arc further in building a connection between Effie and Kane. Not so much of the fact that she doesn't have money or didn't have money or whatever. I just think that was a stupid plot point. That's a plot device that was put into the writing to move those characters closer together. Effie been selling drugs, like somebody said in the comments. Effie been selling drugs since high school. She should have money.
Yeah.
But I guess everything that she's been making has been going towards her education.
Yeah. Miss Sharon, I don't think she take care of her family. I mean, we hear about them, but I don't think she take care of them. That's just, I could be wrong.
Well, Remy, remember, she went. That's what she went to the financial office for to begin with to ask for
Yeah.
financial aid, and they told
As
her
for
they didn't have
financial aid.
any. Yeah, she went to go ask for financial aid. Damn, Effie, times don't got hard for you, ma. You in here begging for financial aid. Damn, you just had
See,
on a Gucci dress when y'all was in Italy.
that's
You had
what's making
on,
me think that, like, she didn't know, like, they had served her no notice, because it's like, why would you go in there
she went to
asking
go
for?
check. She
Yeah,
went to
she
go
just went to
check.
go check. That's what made me think like, yo, she ain't get a notice yet. So, but it would be a great plot twist. But it probably is Kane was the one who paid that. So
We learned in the prison scene that Davis's brother likes helicopters, and I'm fascinated with him. So that was the first place that Davis took him to was a launch pad for him to see a helicopter land. He's excited about it, but then at the same time, he's angry with Davis. And part of it I thought was um, part of it was I guess re- not knowing how to adapt back into society and angry at Davis at the same time. I mean, that's the feeling I got. It's like because he said I'd never thought of the day that I would be out, but at the same time, he's concerned that Davis is going to get in trouble for whatever he did to get him out. But who else feels like dude is already, in a terminal state right now and just haven't told
I do.
Davis?
I do. That's why I think that's why he feel like he was hot when he was just like, man, you risk it. I was in jail. I was fine in jail for doing what I did for you, and you risk it all again, and can end up in jail, and I'm out. Like I can't save you on this one. Like you know what I'm saying? Basically, I think it's already at that state where he, he knew he was on borrowed time, if you will.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought the same, but I think it's also like he told him he was like, yo, you heard my answers. Like I'm still supposed to be here. Like them answers is not the like my answers should not have been enough for me to
to
get
get
out.
out.
And I think, like he said, he put two and two together. And it's like, yo, I went in for you so that you can, you know, pursue your career in law, become a lawyer, help the family and everything. So now everything that I've done to protect you now is it was worth nothing because, like he said, it's worth nothing because if you go to jail, like who gonna help the family?
And who
I
gonna
did
take
this
care of me? Because I
exactly.
ain't got no money and I ain't gonna
Yeah,
get no job.
you know what I'm saying? I did this for you. He's like, yo,
Yeah,
I'm not stupid as you think I am.
yeah.
Like, I've been in here and I'm supposed to die in here, and you did all this to get me out, but you can't fool me and make me believe that you didn't do something illegal to get me out.
This he actually kind of reminds me of Khalif Browder, and that was a very sad story. That was a
Very
very
sad
very
story.
sad story.
That was a very sad story. Like, I watched that documentary once, and that was it for me. I was like, I ain't never watching this again.
Yeah, man. This one needs some mental health too because he looked like he about to be two sheets in the wind.
Yeah.
Davis offered him a beer. He didn't want to take it. He said, "Take me to rehab or the treatment facility, and don't come see me after that." I'm like, "Damn, gratitude much."
Yeah,
Damn,
he
he was
came out.
bad.
Davis came out with the 40 ounces and everything. I was waiting.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, come out the 40 with the shit smart looking and all this other
with
stuff.
the big body bins.
Maybach.
Yeah, with the Maybach, the big body bins. Um,
Oh man, this
you notice I had to be selective about the screenshots for this scene. Hopefully, this is the last one we see for Drew. Um, Drew, Drew, you're so stupid. You're so stupid. I can't with you. I can't.
I'm sorry.
Drew, Drew is laying up for a little bit of afternoon delight, and it's,
Right, you go make it.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Drew's having a little company over to the house, and his company decides to go to the restroom. And he decides to use this time to text this unknown number. I'm on my way. But the last message was, "When do you want to meet?" His response is, "I'm on my way." On my way where? We ain't established where we meeting at. So he hears his company's Gordo's phone buzz in his pocket. So, him being the inquisitive mind, he picks up the phone and reads his messages again. And so that's when he realizes that it's Gordo that unalived his father. And he turns into Evil Drew at this point. It's like Two-Face from Batman. He's turned into the Evil Drew. Evil Drew decides to go get the gun out the nightstand, which is ironically laying on a picture that he drew of Gordo. He goes and one thing I can say about Drew, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Drew, but when Drew make his mind up about something, he don't play. He get the work done right there on the spot. Ain't no delay. He said, "Oh, he in the shower. Good place for him to be. Wash away the evidence." And so Kane hears the gunshot. He comes in. I'm like, man, at this point, how many bodies don't drop in this penthouse? For real.
Right.
Yeah. I was just a little lost at the scene because I was like, okay, first off, you didn't really suspect it was Gordo. Okay. So I was like you said, you text, "I'm on my way." I'm like, yo, why you just randomly texting like, yo, I'm on my way? I'm like, then the phone goes off and I'm sitting to myself like, I'm pretty sure y'all are in illicit activities, so I'm pretty sure y'all phones will be locked. So how is it that send a text, he able to get in the phone? And then third, I'm looking and I'm just like, okay, he's not going to whatchamacallit. Like I felt like on this one, like I felt like he was going to unalive him, but then he was gonna have a like he was gonna have like no, like yo, I'm gonna wait it out and do it perfect because now that you unalived him in your penthouse in the shower, like how are you gonna come up to the other Castillo's brothers to tell him where their brother's gone?
Right.
How you gonna explain it? I didn't understand how they was going. I did.
The way they do things around here, it's like the answer gonna be, I don't know. He left me. He left and went on where he went or whatever. But I mean, man, Kane
not gonna work.
Kane made sure there wasn't no trace left in that penthouse. That's for sure.
He definitely made sure, but it's not gonna work. Oh, because for the simple fact, Monet done already told their mama about them unaliving their father. So it's like she gonna already know. Like how's you know what I'm saying? How's disappearance gonna be explained? It's gonna be impossible. It's literally going to be impossible. And now you're gonna have an all-out war with them and the Russians. It's I don't see how it's gonna be done. And then like you see, then Kane just come in and just like, oh, man, what's
Consoles
going
him.
on? And I was like, he just hugged him, and I was like, man, what the hell is going on in this joint? And I'm like, y'all just looking at a dead, naked ass man in the shower that got unalived. I'm like what? But I guess they was trying to show like Kane still got a sympathetic side, and he living up to his the joint where he told his pops in the casket like, yo, I'll make sure I always be there for family. That's what I.
But you know what? I like that about Kane, and Kane's that right kind of brother because he loved his brother unconditionally, regardless of whether they beefing with the family business, regardless of the fact that he lives a different lifestyle than he does or whatever. He always show up for Drew because remember when he caught that fade out there with Zeke, he showed up for him then. Remember when Latinos was jumping on him looking for Mecca's bag, he showed up for him then. So I mean, Kane always come through. Kane always in the right place at the right time for Drew. But it's going to not be this season. Maybe next season. Kane gonna miss it. He gonna miss his mark because it's like Kane always has to be there to help Drew through difficult situations. Like Drew, stop using your choice in lifestyle and mixing that in with the business. Like you out here in these streets, that street life is going to get in the way of that every time. And until he removes his personal, he ain't good for business. Like you are a liability.
And stop acting off of emotion. Like everything is emotion with him. Like it's some of the stuff he be doing is like it's irrational. Like, bro, come on, bro. You ain't even have to.
That's what I said. Right? It's the 180. Remember, Kane was like that season 1. He used to act it off emotion. And Lorenzo used to tell him, use your brain. And that's why he wanted Drew to run the family. And now it's done flipped. I
thought it was going to happen with Everett, which oddly enough was this season as well. But I think it may happen with this Gordo character. I think Drew's going to become more darker. And I think he's going to be a little bit more ruthless in the next 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Monet shows up to comfort Drew and proud of herself that her plan worked exactly the way she planned it. And I'm like, damn, that's just cold. So cold. So cold. Like, yo, she set anybody up. Brayden got the nerve to pull up on Kiki and ask Kiki, hell, what's going on with these numbers? Because this shit don't look right. And she's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with him. And he's like, nah, there's something wrong with him. She's like, oh, no, everything's okay. He was like, oh, you ain't going to give me no answer? I'm going to go talk to my uncle myself. That's what I would have went to the beginning with. I wouldn't even went to her ass because, like, she just the help. Exactly. So he pulled up on his uncle and he ain't waste no time to it. Like, yo, what's up? Y'all running a Ponzi scheme up out of here? He was like, yeah, we are.
I was shocked that he even said that. I was shocked he admitted it.
He was like, pot calling the kettle black. You sell drugs out of here. We steal people's money. Sounds like criminal organization.
We tied in.
We tied. Right. Yeah, Everett is still with us, Virgin Love. Don't remind us. So that means there's still an opportunity for him to find his way back to Drew. God, I hope not.
I think with Lucas basically telling Brayden like that whole little extortion, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you can mention this, but I'm gonna mention you selling drugs. If Lucas is not Brayden's first official body, Lucas is gonna take the fall for the drugs and the Ponzi scheme.
No. That man gonna set Brayden up to take the fall.
He told him, he said, remember,
my chair gonna be nicer than yours.
Yeah. He told him straight up.
Like, basically, you gonna get 3 hots and a cot Now I'm gonna be over there playing golf, eating steak.
The only way I see that happening is if Kiki ends up snitching on.
Right. That's what I was thinking too.
Is if Kiki ends up snitching to help Brayden out. That's the only way I see that happening.
But there's some important things that were said in this conversation that I feel like we need to talk a little bit about. In the conversation, when Lucas admits to stealing these people money, Brayden's like, well, you're gonna have to give me that $2 million back for the Tejadas and Tariq's trust fund. So the Tejadas money's at risk, Tariq's trust fund is at risk, RSJ money, which is a billionaire, so whatever he put in, 2-3 mil, whatever, at risk, but not a big deal. My question is, he gonna have to tell Tariq about this, because if he keeps this secret from Tariq, here's yet another secret, a big secret that he's going to keep from Tariq. So he's going to have to tell Tariq, even though they told him not to tell him. He's going to have to tell Tariq about this, and Tariq, I feel like, is going to unalive his uncle.
Or Kane, he's going to tell them both, because he's supposed to make.
Kane might unalive him. Kane might unalive him. But at the end of the day, Brayden could probably get some of that money back. Or does Brayden steal the money back from his family? Does Brayden take the money from his family and give it back to him?
Nah,
I can see him doing that too, because he's a wild card. He's a wild card because I can see him stealing money from his parents' trust fund or his parents' bank account or the company's bank account to pay Tariq and whatchamacallit them back. I can see him doing that as well.
What'd you say, Jud?
I think that it's gonna be like a spiral effect. I think he's going to tell Tariq about it, but at the same time, I do believe with Kane finding out about it, he's going listen. As he called him Taylor Swift, he still owe Kane a body, bruh. Brayden gonna kill Lucas.
Dang, you were good. I forgot all about that. That's right, he sure did. He probably gonna push him to the point.
Yeah,
like, look, you don't take him out, I'm gonna take you out.
Body, which I will collect. Uncle Lucas is gonna die by Brayden.
If he don't, I'm gonna take you out. Dang, yeah, I forgot all about that. He sure enough do.
Xavier, you don't remember we had a big argument about this. We had a big argument on here about Tariq moving his trust fund over to Western Holdings. Yeah, he moved the trust fund when he sold the Queen's Child Project to RSJ. He said, I believe so much in the Westerns, I also moved my trust fund here as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. That all these scenarios I can see happening, but y'all right. Kane did tell him that he owed him a body, so I don't think that Brayden's going to be able to do it. But it's just like what someone said. Kane told Tariq that you're not a real killer till you kill someone you love. So I can see that happening.
Power fan.
I think those very words gonna come up when he tell Tariq about this, because he gonna tell Tariq. And I think those very words are going to come up.
Nah, Power fan, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I don't think RSJ is involved in a Ponzi scheme, because why would he invest his money into a Ponzi scheme? How a Ponzi scheme works is even if him being a billionaire is still wasting money. It's still money that he's not going to get back. Because in a Ponzi scheme is you take new investors' money to pay your old investors their returns. So RSJ just invested into Western Holdings. That means he would be the new investor that would pay an old investor their returns. So I can't see him being part of the Ponzi scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, I don't see that either. That would be.
Kane said Tariq, some say you're not a real killer till you do. Tariq is the one who asked Kane, how could you kill someone you love? Well, I guess that is so. What y'all think? Do y'all really think that Brayden's gonna do it to his uncle?
I think at this point he don't have a choice. I think the only way Brayden is going to catch that body, unalive somebody.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Have a choice.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too, Kiwan, because in my mind, if they get rid of Lucas, how do they get the money back?
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Now I can see that. I can see him unaliving him after they get the money back. But either Brayden's going to give the money back out of his family's money, and then they unalive Lucas, But I feel like they can't unalive Lucas until they figure out how to get the money back.
Yep.
I see
I think
Kiki being unalive before.
Now, yeah, I see Kiki going before. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I see Kiki
unalive.
going before Lucas.
Matter of fact, that might be Brayden's first unaliving. This Kiki got to cut that water off.
Yeah, because I think she's gonna try to pull some slick shit. She gonna run off of them, or she gonna try to run off on the plug twice with them crash coins.
It ain't gonna work.
She gonna try to get her hands mixed up in that.
Hey yo, Virgin Love, stay out of my head, yo, because I swear on everything. I was just singing that in my head. I swear on everything that Drake song popped up in my head.
Brayden, like he awfully concerned. He got some problems. He got some major problems. Because now, not only does he have to tell Tariq, but he got to tell Kane. Because you can't keep this secret from them. Because they trusted you with their money. Like, this is bad. This is also bad for the investigation because if them folks come sniffing around and find out about this, I mean, everything is just going to be all bad.
Yeah. I think it might. If he doesn't tell them, I think it's going to end up getting uncovered during the whole Rico thing.
That's a good plot twist too, Xavier. Lucas might unalive Kiki to close up loose ends. She is a loose end because he said me and Kiki the only two that know about it, and she maybe done ran her course too. And not only the type of loose ends, but it may be to send a message to Brayden, like bust a move if you want to. You'll end up like her.
Lucas could tell him, tell Brayden, hey, you got to save the family. She got to go.
She got to go. Yeah, Kiki is like Gloria. Kiki is like Carrie Milgram. Kiki is she's not useful to the story anymore. Now that we found out.
He's what's his name? Tommy's girl too.
Gloria.
No, not Gloria from Actual Power.
Holly.
And nope. What was Lala's name?
Oh, Lakeisha.
There you go.
Well, she's all of those people. She's Holly. She's Gloria. She's Lakeisha. She's Carrie. She's all of those people. Gloria was the dude that Tommy was smashing in Forest. That was Vic's girlfriend.
Yeah, black girl. That was
the black girl. Yeah, that ran the bar.
Yeah, bro, I hated this scene.
I hated this scene too. Now I'm sorry. I was trying not to be nitpicky this episode because I really enjoyed it. But this is totally unrealistic. You do not walk up to a DEA agent and offer them money for their whole uniform and not be arrested.
I don't care if that man is the damn custodian.
It's Salim and Salami is Jabari, correct. Go ahead, Fresh.
No way in hell you gonna walk up with, I don't care how much stacks you got. Man can be the custodian, he can be whatever, and you gonna pay him to get a badge to get inside a DEA building, knowing that he can risk one, his job, and then two, getting arrested along with you. Like, this was so unrealistic. Like, this was the only thing I hated about the entire episode. Because when he walked up to him, I was like, bruh, like, it's impossible.
It is impossible.
It's impossible. This was the only, he gave it up with no problem. Oh yeah, here you go. Like, and I'm like, nah, bro. And then like,
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Judd.
No, go ahead, man. I know you weren't done yet. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, it's impossible. And then, like, you're just putting on a coat and a hat, and you don't think at some point a camera ain't going. And that's what I've been trying to figure out this whole season. Everybody just putting on a hat. Like, bruh, I'm about to show you. I pulled my hat down like this.
I still know it's you, CJ. I still know it's you.
Yeah, you gonna recognize my face. Like, there's no way. I don't care how far down I pull this hat, you're going to recognize my face. And you think just because you got on a hat, like, them cameras not gonna catch you just because you do like this? Like, they're not gonna catch you. That was
well, you can't even go to the regular courthouse. You can't even go to any type of courthouse, jurisdictional government building. You can't even get on the elevator and go to certain floors unless you have a key fob or a badge or a certain clearance. Like, that was unrealistic. and there's nobody else in the building. It's after hours. There's nobody else in the building. No security. No nothing.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get in Western Holdings. He couldn't even get into Western Holdings when his badge got turned off. What do you? That damn Tariq boy! I tell you, Tariq is like Robin from Teen Titans.
With this scene, like what CG was saying, like I'm just like, don't blow it. It's far fetched. Don't blow it. But it also shows, like, I guess everybody's for the take. Like everybody got a price. Like he risked it all for whatever Tariq had in his pocket for Tariq to get in that building. But it just shows like everybody got a price.
I mean, because I'm still waiting for them to pull up the hospital cameras to show
right.
Walking in there with the hats down low, hiding in the broom closet.
They were hiding in the broom closet. Yeah, they was in there with the mop. Yeah.
Like, come on, y'all.
Yeah. Lauren says, I have to go to the bathroom. And there's not a guard that goes with her. Yeah, she's in protective custody, all right. It's like Superman, Clark Kent. You're right. Take the glasses off, and he's a whole other person.
Exactly, Xavier. They should have showed him doing.
I would have liked that because Ghost would have done that. You remember when Ghost was trying to unalive the Jimenez lady, Alicia? And he tried his best to get in that courthouse. And when he finally got to her, it was too late. Like, he had trouble getting into that courthouse. Yeah, they should have had him doing some kind of recon. I agree.
That's a good point. How does she know where the bathroom is? Don't trip.
There's only one bathroom in that whole building? Like, how Tariq knew which bathroom? What floor they were on?
You was correct. Xavier, I get it, how much they pay DEA agents, but you're not about to go to jail over trying to take a little bribe.
This is your job, right?
This is your livelihood. I'm not about to go to jail. Just somebody threw me, 5 stacks? Nah, bro. I ain't about to get caught up. They using my badge, so it's going to get traced back to me, even if they don't see him the face on camera.
So, it is also unrealistic that I don't know if he was a custodian worker or if he was a guard or whatever, that his picture wouldn't be on his badge.
Right.
That too. I mean, even if he was a what you call it? Oh man.
Yeah, maybe he hated his job. Maybe he hated his job. Like, this money came right on time. I can pay some bills off with this. So Rick
was a contractor.
Yeah, he was a contractor. He was a private security. Yeah. Tariq, when Tariq had his hand in his pocket, I was like, oh shit, he finna pull out a gat. He finna unalive her right there in the bathroom. He finna unalive her. And I was like, oh, it's just his cell phone. I was disappointed.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Retro Force only for like half a second.
Me too. Yeah.
I was like, oh man, he bought to, but then I was like, but then if he do that, how he gonna get out the building?
Yeah.
So then I was like, nah. I was like, unless it's a knife.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna stick her. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna stick her or shoot her. I thought he was gonna stick her.
I thought he was gonna give her some money.
Yeah, this is power to go away, right? The run, yeah.
I thought he was gonna give her some money again. Like, here go 10 stacks.
He tried that one time before, and that didn't work. So she listens to the recording, and that's all it took for her. She's like, I believe you. But somehow I feel like she was snowing him. I feel like she just said that because that's what he wanted to hear. I really don't feel like she was being honest with him. When she was like, okay, I believe you now. It's just the way she said it. It just made me feel like she wasn't being genuine.
She said it real fast.
Yeah, she said it so fast. She was like, okay, I believe you.
Going to jail with Effie.
Right, you finna go to jail with Effie too. Because at this point, she's all in. Because if she would have believed him, she would have ran.
Yeah, he won. I think he did set Effie up.
Oh yeah, Effie's on the whole setup. Effie's on the setup. This ain't the only setup right here. But yeah, he set Effie up. But I mean, he got to do what he got to do to get about this Rico. So I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm just trying to figure out how did he get away. Maybe he climbed out the
building. How he got in the building, out the building.
Yeah, They sitting down having their Sunday dinner on Thursday night.
Man, that look bomb right now though.
Yeah, dude. And the feds kick in the door, wave in the fofo. Well, the door's unlocked. I mean, you would thought they would have heard them coming in the way they came in deep.
No door, no door being smashed in. All the cameras they got, nobody got caught. They just came in and man.
Yeah, they came in deep too.
You're under arrest.
Yeah, I'm glad they started busting at him. Because Kane like he was reaching for his piece. Right? Monet like, what the hell? How the hell y'all get in my house? I felt sorry for Diana too, because I was like, damn, I thought they were going to round up all of them. I really thought they were going to take all of them. And then when they snatched Diana's ass up,
that just makes sense. That's why I was like, y'all did all that for Diana?
Yeah.
I was like, that don't make sense to me.
They had to make they had to send a message. They had to send a message like, we got something, y'all don't know what we got, but we finna take her.
I want both of them to be water cut off so bad. I just want both of them.
Yeah, you're right, Xavier, because that's what they did with Tariq when they came and got him. They arrested him at school and walk him across the campus. Yeah,
walked him clear across the campus.
And it was a slow walk too.
DA came in there like they going to Iraq.
For real, they snatched her ass up real quick.
I'm like, for Diana of all people, like y'all really thought. Like, I was like, come on now.
Yeah, and y'all could have sent Junior up there to get her.
I'm like, and then the people that came through the back, they just walked out the back like ain't nothing happened.
Yeah, like, they could have sent Junior up there to get her. Right. Blanca snatched her ass up. Look like she about to put the cuffs on tight too. Poor Diana. And Monet like, I'll be down there to get you in a little bit. Don't worry. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. So that was a good way for the episode to end. That was a good way for the episode to end because we know that things are heating up. And that means it's getting ready to get real rough for the Tejadas and Tariq. Yeah, and everybody just turned around and walked off like nothing wrong. Nobody
like nothing happened. That's
like nothing happened. Yeah.
And I was like, yo. Okay, well, without going into so much detail, but I know that when you raid somebody's house, they don't just walk off like that. It's still some lingering agents, officers, something.
They start looking for evidence.
Yeah, like they gonna scour. If they coming in that house like that, then they gonna search the house as well. They not just gonna bump in that joint just for no search, just for no warrant to arrest somebody. That's nah, that ain't going down. So that whole thing, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know where y'all was going with this, but like, who was that? Quintessential that said, yeah, they was just sending a message to reiterate, we got a case on you. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep.
All right, so let's see what happens next week. Episode 308, it's airing May the 5th, so we do get it next week, guys. May the 5th. The feds apply pressure to get their suspect to flip. Drew's suddenly erratic behavior leads to the Castillos to grow more suspicious. So it's like y'all was saying, now that Gordo is gone, I don't know how he gonna be able to not be the prime suspect with them. Like, they're gonna know he has something to do with it. As Tate prepares to go up against his political opponent, Harper brings his ethics into question. So she probably gonna say something to him about the time he spends with Tariq or whatever, or his dirty dealing or whatever. So what if Tate goes clean? If he trying to get if he trying to bag old girl, maybe he go clean. Maybe he go legit.
Nah, shoot, he might end up finding up something on Harper.
I was wondering if she's gonna be dirty too, because there's almost not a person in the Power universe that ain't got some type of, dirt on them.
As filthy as Tate is,
filthy,
grimy,
filthy.
He's going to find something. I think if it ain't on Harper, he's gonna find something where he's gonna get himself out of that situation.
Looks like they called Tariq as soon as they snatched up Diana. They called Tariq over, they thinker, and their other son, their brother.
That's when he get questioned. Who is this boy she was having problems with?
Well, I think he go over there to tell them, because in the preview he tells them about the Rico, that we all on a Rico, y'all.
It might not even call him. Yeah, he might have just went up there.
He might have been on his way up there. Yeah, he might have been on his way up there from the DEA to tell them about the Rico, and he just came in the aftermath.
Yeah, it's still gonna get mentioned though.
Or about what we call it, because you can tell it's the
About
same. It's the same day. It's the same episode because they still got the same clothes on.
Same clothes.
Yeah.
I don't like
And
that.
so Monet gonna try to figure out what's going on with Diana. This is where they're gonna show her where she was putting drugs in her drop box. And Saxe and Davis is gonna show up to try to, figure out what do they have on her and how they can get her out on a bond or whatever the case may be. And I think this is where Saxe is going to I think this is where Davis is going to start getting suspicious of Saxe, because I don't think Tariq has had an opportunity at this point to tell Davis that Saxe is a mole. I don't think he's had an opportunity to get the word to Davis yet.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember back in the last episode. I think, yeah, or he's going to end up maybe a little bit after that, because wait a minute, who was the one that said, oh yeah, I think Tariq is, because Lauren was the one who told Tariq that Saxe was the CI.
Yeah.
I think probably after that is probably when he's going to tell him, and then that's when Davis is going to end up
start paying attention.
Yeah, he's going to start paying attention even more.
I think at this point, Saxe has decided that he's going to go in. He's going to go all in. And Blanca's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready." So I don't think he's going to get a chance to testify or do anything, because I think they're going to unalive him.
Think they're going to
get caught like how he did in Power.
Yeah, how are we going to feel about that, y'all? I mean, let's just be serious, because Saxe is the only character that has been that's been from day one Power.
I'm gonna feel like they finally got his ass because he done wormed out of everything.
After 9 seasons of this, are they gonna let Saxe go out like this?
They finally got his ass after he done wormed his way. This man has literally been Houdini from fucking.
Chat, what y'all think? Y'all think Saxe up out of here?
I kind of do, only in the sense because, and this is why.
Either that or jail.
Because if you remember, there's a
screenshot.
Xavier
wants him to go.
And I don't remember which preview it was, but there's a screenshot where David's brother gets out of jail and has a gun in the back seat of Saxe's head.
It's this episode right here.
So I think that's when they're going to run up. And that's what, at the end, David's telling him, like, yo, put the gun down. And he might just say, nope. And I think he might do it just so he can go back to jail and save Davis from Davis going to jail because of the stuff that he pulled to get him out.
I kind of feel like that too, Virgin Love. That's where I'm leaning towards too. I'm kind of feeling a plot twist coming along that Saxe might end up blowing Jenny's case. Because right now they got too much evidence on them, so it's looking like the Fed's gonna win. So how else are the Feds not gonna win? Because you know that they're not. I feel like just like how Angela blew up whatchamacallit's case, I feel like Saxe is gonna do the same thing. He gonna go to court and he's gonna end up blowing it up.
That could be great. He could blow the case and still get unalived.
Because I think he's gonna feel bad about Davis's brother unaliving himself. After all they did to get him out and knowing that the man was sick and dying, I think that's going to pull on Saxe's heartstrings. It seems like it's already pulling on his heartstrings.
You know what, Retro? I thought about that too. I thought about when Davis is coming to run, his brother is about to unalive himself. And he's trying to stop him from unaliving himself because he's so sick. I thought about that too, but it's like, I mean, I don't know, because and I'm starting to think that way because it's like, yo, like y'all been saying, even if they unalive Saxe, they still have the case regardless.
They still got the case, yeah.
So
they still got the case.
Virgin Love, you made a good point.
And that's going to make the case even stronger if they unalive Saxe, knowing that he was a CI.
Not if David's brother do it.
That's still gonna bring too much heat.
Yeah, that'll bring too much heat.
That'll bring too much heat. But Davis is looking. He looking. So he sees Saxe talking to Jenny. So he already put two and two together. I think that I'm not gonna say a attempt is not going to be made to unalive Saxe. I'm not saying that he's not going to be pistol whip and threatened with a weapon, and but I don't think it's going to happen. Effie, you stupid. I gave you so much more credit than what I gave you so much credit, but you ain't thinking with your head. Because Tariq pull up on you and ask you, do you want to get back in the business, and you go for that? Like, you not suspicious, knowing how he moves? Like, come on, Effie. You should have been smarter than that. He sent her out on a whole setup. He sent her out for a whole setup. She going to get some work. Feds pull up on her and snatch her ass up. Kane's arguing with his mom, like, y'all really trying to set up Effie? And he's upset about that. So that's a wild card right there, because Kane ain't going to be down with them trying to set up Effie.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, Monet told him, hey, I'm doing whatever it takes not to burn this Rico down on us. So she got to go. She got to go.
Yep, she got to go.
She got to take the fall. She got to take the fall. Maybe that's how it happened with Lorenzo getting caught up. That's how
he may threaten her with that. Yep. Well, Effie trying to get some work, but she won't be able to do nothing with it. Effie take off running, but she gets scooped up by the feds.
She does?
So, yeah, she does. She gets arrested next week.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because they show her that, whatchamacallit is still alive.
Mm-hmm. They show her that Lauren's still alive.
That's right. They show her that Lauren is still alive. That's
actually, in that scene, they're moving Effie to witness protection. So I feel like Effie going to start telling them. Because it's what y'all been saying all season about her. It's what y'all been saying all season about her. She was a snitch. Y'all been saying that she's selfish and she all about herself. Why wouldn't she tell on Tariq?
I was about to say, yeah, she does. She gonna tell. She just gonna tell.
She gonna tell, yeah.
Just because she and her feelings. I don't
think she's gonna rat.
Nah, she gonna rat. She in her bag anyway. She in her bag about Diana. She in her bag about how Tariq. She in her bag about Lauren. She's telling.
I think it's best on Tariq.
I ain't gonna lie, she looked like she had some wheels, boy. She looked like she was running up out of there.
Nah, she wasn't running fast enough. Them wheels were slow.
Boy, she hitting that corner.
They finna pull up in cap no frap, and they finna seize all that work, all Noma work gone. And what you think Noma she gonna flip the fuck out when she see about this? They finna roll up in there and get all that work in cap no frap. Woo!
I think we ain't gonna see Noma to the last episode.
Shit, Noma gonna want her work and her money.
Cause we ain't seen her.
Remy, I'm telling you.
Dude, the last
Effie
two episodes.
Start telling. Effie gonna tell.
She ain't gonna snitch.
I think she gonna snitch. We gonna see. I think she gonna snitch. Junior up in there. That's gonna be his case right there. Gonna give him a promotion. All them drugs they finna seize up out of there. Man. And that's going to put the Westons right there under investigation, because that's a Weston building.
Yep.
That's going to put the Westons in trouble now. Yep.
That's what's going to get Lucas and Kiki in trouble. This right here.
Now, Virgin Love, that ain't Normal's warehouse. That's Tariq them place where they trapping out where they serving that coffee at. That's their place at Cap No Frap, which is Weston's warehouse.
Yeah. Power fan, I don't think that's going to happen. Ain't no way in the world they're going to kill Noma in the season finale already.
Nah, they ain't gonna. They got too much trouble on their hands. They got to deal with law enforcement. They ain't unaliving nobody else right now.
Nah, it's too hot to unalive folks.
Now, Kane is definitely gonna be in his bag about Effie. Now that could lead to some other problems, but I don't think that. I think Effie gonna tell, and there she go. You see Jenny in the background. You see Jenny right there in the background. You see
got that same hoodie on.
Yep. And here go Lauren.
Unless, and this is a plot twist, although I know it's not going to happen, unless somehow, some way, Lauren and never mind. Go ahead, Retro. It ain't.
What you think, Lauren and Effie gonna work together to save Tariq?
No, nah. I was thinking they was going to join forces
on Tariq.
On Tariq, yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what's gonna happen. Because
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking like Effie was gonna put something in her ear, like to say, like, you know what I'm saying, and Lauren's gonna bring up, well, he has to record, and then this, etc. And it wasn't gonna work, and they was just gonna join forces to get
Remy, I
Tariq out.
thought about that too, but after going back and rewatching it, Effie can't do that because Effie is the prime suspect. She's been identified as the person that tried to unalive this witness right here, Lauren. So, in order for her to get any type of immunity, in order for her not to get charged with that crime, she's gonna have to tell. She's gonna have to tell something. She's gonna tell.
Hell has
You're
no
right,
fury
Kyle,
like a
man.
woman scorned, and Tariq
Hell
got
has
two of them.
no fury like a woman scorned.
It might
And
not
in
be
order, and I
real,
think
but
this is what this scene is doing. I think this is exactly what this scene is doing. I think up until this point, Effie's saying no, 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 until she see that Lauren is alive. Now they got her dead to rights. Either you tell us what we want to know, or we're going to charge you with attempted murder of Lauren. She's already identified Effie as the person that tried to kill her. So Effie gonna have to tell something.
Yeah,
She gonna have to work something.
she gonna figure
Twerk
something out
something.
on that one right there.
She gonna have to work something, twerk something. She gonna have to tell something in order for her not to catch that charge.
Yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do. So
She gonna have to do something. She ain't walking.
strange for a piece of change.
She gonna have to do something very strange for a piece of change. She gonna have to tell something. She telling.
She's doing something. So
There you
I think
go, Fresh. There go your scene. Go ahead.
that's what I'm saying. I think in this, I don't know if I don't like what I said.
Man,
This
that
is where
man
I'm
too sick
lost.
to be holding a gun.
I don't know if Saxe is calling, or here I got so many plot twists on this, but I'm trying to break it down and make it as quick as possible. So either here he's sneaking up on Saxe to like, hey, you know, Saxe is like, hey, call my brother, etc., or whatever, or he realizes Saxe is like a mole and he been watching him and realized, you know, like, oh, you trying to set up my brother, etc., or whatever, or like you
I
said
think Davis
again,
puts him on it.
you know what I'm saying? He takes him out to save this brother, or like I said, the last one is he unalives himself because that's how sick he is. I don't know. Like I guess I got to see it.
I think
So
after
I mean,
Saxe blow that case, because I think Saxe is gonna blow that case. I really do. I think he's gonna blow Jenny's case. Everybody, and ain't gonna be all that FBI nonsense is done. But I think that Davis's brother is gonna unalive Saxe
Himself.
himself too.
Power fan, you make a good point. Effie has sold Tariq out before, so I don't know why we think that she wouldn't now, especially with Tariq giving her the cold shoulder. He won't give her no work. He set her up to take a charge. Like, why would she? What incentive would she have to save Tariq? She don't got no incentive right now to save Tariq. Tariq has made her an enemy.
yeah.
So I mean, she got to save herself. She gonna do that first.
Or maybe the feelings that she had for Tariq come into play.
Maybe, but her will to survive them charges that getting ready to be put on her, or maybe Effie is collateral damage. Maybe Effie does end up going down for all of it, but
Yeah,
they
she
don't
might
want
show
Effie. They want
Tariq.
Tariq.
Yeah, maybe she'll show Tariq like, hey, I'm riding for you and not Lauren. I don't know, but we gonna see.
Nah, Virgil Love, I don't think he's going back to jail. That man's sick. And I think he want to put himself out of the misery. I think what's going to happen is I think him and Davis are going to have a conversation about Saxe. Not necessarily Davis telling his brother to go unalive Saxe, but I think his brother's going to do that on his own accord. But I think he's going to tell his brother that, yo, I'm hot right now. I'm about to get knocked. I might have to lay low or whatever. And I think the brother is going to find out where Saxe is and pull up on him. And I think he's going to try to hold Saxe captive for his brother. And his brother's going to show up and see that he's got the gun on Saxe or whatever the case may be. And then that's when Davis is going to let his brother know that Saxe threw the case, don't kill him. And then the brother's going to turn the weapon on himself and unallow him. That's how I see it happening.
That's good. I'm just wondering why Tariq was with Davis.
Because they're coming from the court. They look like they're coming from an arraignment. They're probably coming from Diana's arraignment is what they're probably coming from.
Yeah.
It probably coming from Diana's arraignment. Because Tariq's all dressed up too. So Tariq probably had to testify or something, maybe.
Or maybe he just dressed up, just to be in the.
Or coming from work.
Yeah.
But Davis looks very upset right here. He looks very upset. And this is in next week's episode because he got on the same clothes. Yep. And this is right here, the scene where I feel like Theo is going to unalive himself.
Either that or, like you said, he unalive Saxe and like, dang, it's too late. He going back to jail. It's one of the two. One of the two is going to happen.
His brother is unalive himself because he tearing up the office and everything. So I think it's going to be Theo. And to be quite honest with you, I would hate for that to happen, but I'm not really interested in the character. If Redman, like I said earlier on, if Redman would have still been Theo, I would have been more interested in the character. But I really can't see where else they can go with that character.
Can you see him tearing that office up though, thinking that maybe Saxe planted something though?
Nah, that's more like an emotional reaction.
Yeah, that's more. Or it could have been maybe what was I about to say? Maybe a NYPD cop show up and unalive his brother.
That could happen too. That could happen too. His brother end up, catching a bullet. Because I think he's going to have Saxe held hostage or captive or at gunpoint.
I think David's going to put that. I think David's going to unintentionally put that battery in his back.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a conversation with his brother about what's going on, just to kind of inform him on what's going on, not soliciting him to go take care of Saxe. I think Davis would do it himself. I don't think he would solicit his sick brother to go take care of a problem for him. I think that he would do that on his own accord. Because you do see in the preview, which I wasn't able to get that screenshot, but you do see in the preview where Davis goes to get his gun. So, yeah, Davis is reaching for a weapon.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch that preview.
He's reaching for a weapon.
I don't remember that part. I got to go back and watch that.
It's definitely going to be interesting next week. I think it's going to be a lot of opportunity where we see that we were right, but I also think we're going to see a lot of I told you so's. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's just across the board from the chat, from CG to, Fresh to myself. I think we're going to see like everybody has something where they were right from this show. Everybody in the chat has brought some good topics. Some good plot twists, and you guys had some good plot twists. I think personally we're going to see a lot of stuff that we are discussing now actually come into play in the next episode, or at least if not this one, the next one, the one after that.
I think next week going to be a banger as well, because I think we get the break after next week, so it's got to be a banger.
Yeah, we get the break after next week, so we might not get that banger like we want since we get that break. We might get a little bit, and this might be one of those episodes where it's like it's a filler, but the end is probably going to leave us on like a cliffhanger since we get that break. And then that's when 9 and 10 they're going to come full throttle again and give us like exactly.
That's why I feel like next week is going to be another banger, because usually when we have a break in between, they give us something to sit on our seat. Yeah, to keep us on the edge of our seat. And then we have to wait another week to see what happens. So it's probably going to be Theo. That's what that's going to be. That's going to be what they're going to leave us on the edge of our seat with, is Theo. And then and not showing us what happened to Saxe.
I was about to say, it's probably just going to hear a gunshot and we never going to know what's going to happen. And then we just see Davis turn up the office, but we don't know if it's Saxe or we don't know if it's Theo. Yeah.
Or Saxe could very well be shot, but still live.
That's true too.
So,
I don't know, man.
Effie is telling. I'm telling y'all. I'm sorry, all y'all. I will be like, listen.
You think she
rub me them coins next week when I be right when Effie start telling. Rub me them coins. But overall, I thought this was a great episode, and I'm really, really liking this season. This is my very first season of book 2 that I really enjoyed.
I can say the same.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It was a very good season.
This one redeemed a lot of points.
Still little. They got to do something with them writers. I mean, I still have some issues with the writing, but overall, the story that they're telling this season, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I want to see how it ends.
I would agree because I'm trying to remember. I don't even think I've finished season 1. I just to episode.
Season 1 was horrible. Season 1 was horrible.
I don't even think I did. I don't even think I did the same way with season 6 of Ghost. I don't even think I finished it. I just kind of
skimmed through it.
Yeah, skimmed through it. So, but this season been on point since episode 1. I think it's only like one episode where it was just like it was one of those filler episodes of throwaway. Yeah. Other than that, they've been on point. Matter of fact, I think that was the last episode where it was just one of those. It was a filler episode because I remember Retro giving it a C+.
That's how I felt about last week's episode.
Yeah, I remember giving it a C+. This one right here, this is an A+.
This is
A+. There was an A+ episode.
Yeah, it was.
I'll watch it again.
Yep. So that's how me and Fresh be on Friday nights when we do our first thoughts. Be like, all right, we gonna get off. We gonna go watch it again.
Sure do. Every time, and as soon as we done, I go get some food. We're like, I'm about to watch
Tony, your own caps, Effie not telling ain't gonna make it right. Effie is telling next week, yo. I'm sorry, fam. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you.
Somebody.
She gonna tell on somebody, yo. She ain't telling on herself. Look, they got her looped up. They got her on camera. They got her on Lauren's attempted murder. She gonna have to tell something. Like, I'm sorry. She gonna have to work something.
She telling on somebody.
She telling on somebody. It is going to be Tariq.
Somebody. I don't know who.
The word of today is unalive. Right. Yep.
Spell it. Oh, I was like, what? He threw me off for a second. I was like, he spelled it like the Avengers. So.
Okay, Tony. Well, right before we go, then tell me who she's setting up. Who's she setting up? If anything, she'll try to save Kane. But I don't think she doesn't have any motivation to save Tariq. She damn sure don't have the motivation to save Brayden. Like right now.
What if she doesn't?
I don't even know if she got motivation to save Kane. To be honest, she might.
What if she doesn't tell on Tariq? But what if she used this as an opportunity to actually trap up Noma?
I don't think she can do that.
What if she used this as an opportunity to trap up Noma? They already know, like, if she's outside of Weston Holdings, somebody big has to take this fall because you just got a whole damn warehouse full of keys. So somebody got to answer that. Somebody is bigger. Somehow, some way, they're going to say, listen, we know you are like the worker. Who is the head man?
Yo, Retro, as much as you don't want to agree, that's a good ass plot twist. Because I'm thinking, like, yo, remember, she still got the picture.
They have been trying to get from under. No, it was mentioned in the last 2 episodes, getting from under Noma. What if she actually plans to set up Noma? Because Noma is not going to know about none of this. Remember, the work is in Weston Holdings' warehouse. It's not in Noma's warehouse.
Damn.
So what if she actually puts the feds on Noma? Or
I don't think he will be able to.
What if she puts the feds on Opie?
That's a good plot twist. That is a very good plot twist.
That's a good ass plot twist, bro. I ain't even never thought of that.
But I think Noma gonna be too hard to touch.
It might shoot. It might come up again. Noma is working with the feds like Mecca, so
I don't know. That's gonna be a hard one. And if she does do that, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no, Juggernaut. That's a very good plot twist. I'm gonna let you have that one. I can't see it, I can't see
it's
it.
a good ass plot twist.
But that's a damn good plot twist.
Next week.
I'm gonna be looking for it now. I'm gonna go back and look for clues for it now. But I will say this: if she does, she's unalive that same day. As soon as she gets to the MCU, she's gone. She's gone. Just like how they did, what's his name, Mike Sandoval. She'll be unalive as soon as she get taken into custody.
I mean, expeditiously.
I forgot all about Mike Sandoval.
Yeah, you know they catch him in jail. They'll catch a fade in jail now. I mean, you see they got the Jimenez. I don't see them being able to pull up on Noma like that. She's international. She's international. She's not even in the country. So they wouldn't even have any jurisdiction to go and arrest her if they even tried. So, you know, Blanca and them ain't going to be able to make no case on Noma. They can't make a case on Tariq. They can't even make a case on Tariq.
But if you gonna give them anything to slip around on, there it is.
Thank you, Miss Sharon. I've been saying that. Stars, I know you watching. I know you listen.
We know you.
Yes, let us have our own episode. Just give us an episode. Hell, just let us get in on season 4.
You can bring it in as what they call it as advisors. Advisors,
yeah. Bring us in for advisors. Let us get a tour of the set and meet the cast and all that good stuff.
We can tell y'all.
And let us give y'all a couple ideas for. Yeah, we do that.
Start getting them ratings. I want my money.
Yeah.
I want money after that. So.
Yeah, and a guest appearance on the show. You know, we could be some trap boys. We could be some trap boys.
Dude, I'll just be the background. I'll be in Monet bar or something. Cleaning the glasses.
Yeah. We'll put Juggernaut on the door. He could be one of Monet's henchmen.
They'll probably use Juggernaut to get shot. To get out alive.
I get in as the lost Tejada.
The lost Tejada. You Monet's other love child. Yeah, you could be Monet's other love child. Augusto. You'll be Augusto. You've been in North Carolina too.
Right.
You coming looking for your brother Zeke.
What my brother?
Y'all so stupid. We could be, that's it, Xavier. We could be Monet's paying customers at the bar in our TSF Entertainment shirts. Yeah.
Man, what? I'll be there.
We'd be crew. We'll be a crew.
We'll show us having cheers.
Yep. In our TSF Entertainment shirts, we at the bar at Monet's bar chilling. And some ish pop off.
Yeah, right?
All right, y'all. We enjoyed y'all this week as usual, y'all. Y'all got some great theories. Y'all got some real Virgil, since you'll play Kane's Cougar. All right, Virgil, we got you. Go write you in on the episode. You play Kane's Cougar.
Sharon, you wild. You wild. Ain't nobody being in no joint with Drew. You wild.
No way.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. We'll see what happens next week. But boy, we're gonna be. I can tell you, we're gonna have a battle royale next week. Y'all be ready for it.
We're gonna be flying. We're gonna be hanging from the seat from our seats on this.
Oh yeah, I might have to stay up Thursday night and watch this one. I might have to pull a fresh on this one. I might have to pull a fresh and watch it Thursday night. That's funny. You should say that, Power Fan. They call me Ghost all the time. I do not do illicit criminal things. I go to work every day, guys. I don't do anything like that. But I do think like a criminal mastermind from time to time. All right, guys. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We will see you all next week. Any final thoughts, fellas?
Laid them out.
Yeah, I think we laid them out. So we just got to see at this point now. We just got to see what's going to happen. Like I said, I'm just hoping it's not going to be, like I said, since we getting that break, I'm just hoping it's not going to be one of them
disappointing episodes.
That's it for me.
Nah, I think we're going up next week.
So
I think we're going up next week.
I mean, only reason why I'm thinking it is because, like I said, we got 2 more left, so they got to give something great for the season finale. So this would be like one of their perfect times. I'm gonna
tell you what's going to happen in the season finale. It's either going to be Effie or Lauren. Now y'all pick and choose which one it is. one of them is getting unalive, or one of them is going to
Lauren.
be threatened to be unalive.
Or they're going to jail. Or Effie's going to jail.
Because I can't see how Diana, Effie, and Lauren can all still exist on the show.
I think Lauren gonna get unalived off somebody's emotion.
What you think, Effie gonna finish the job? Remember, we still have a scene that we have not seen yet where Tariq threatens to pull a weapon on someone. And he says, I love you, but I will pull this trigger. I don't think that's Effie. I don't think he loves Effie anymore because he told her this episode, I don't know why I fuck with you to begin with. So that's done. They washed, y'all. They washed. They threw.
I still love her because he told her like
He don't love her. He does not love her. He loved that wire wearing bitch. That's what Monet said. That's who he loved. That's who he been lovesick over all episode. The wire wearing.
I mean, okay. I think,
man,
I'm gonna close it out with this. I think that he's in love with Lauren.
Yep,
but
that's his answer.
But he had love for Effie because he told her that's the only reason why you still alive right now when they went to that lake. Because if he wasn't like, if he ain't had no feelings or didn't love her, he would have deaded her right there at the lake.
But he got love for her because they ride. They rode together. They pulled licks together. They sold drugs together. He got love for her in that respect. But as far as a physical attraction, an emotional attachment, it's not with Effie. It is with Lauren. So I can't see him pulling the strap on Lauren. I mean, on Effie and saying, I love you, but I will unalive you. It's Lauren. Lauren is the one that got to go. And I think that's who Davis is going to tell Tariq that he needs to get rid of. Because if we stick with Juggernaut's theory, Effie is going to tell on Noma. And that's how they get rid of Noma.
It's either going to be
I would be very disappointed if we got rid of Noma like that this season. We haven't seen enough of Noma for them to get rid of her this season.
Yeah.
Like, that would be so underwhelming. That will ruin everything that they did this season if they got rid of Noma that way.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That would annoy me too.
That would be very annoying. So I feel like if Effie do, I kind of want to lean towards your direction a little bit, Marvin, and say that maybe Effie does not tell on Tariq, but tell on somebody else. I don't know who that somebody else could be.
I don't know, but I'm just ready for next week.
And then we still got to figure out how is Diana going to get out of jail. How are we going to get her out? I mean, because y'all act like there is evidence against them. I mean, they're both on camera.
Let's say big plot twist. Diana, Effie, and Lauren join together against Tariq. It probably ain't gonna happen, but that's a good plot twist. Like, all three women scoring.
Well, Diana was the last one to get the D, so she ain't mad right now. But Effie don't got the D. I think Lauren don't got the D, so I think it's Lauren. Because remember, Davis does tell Tariq that she's got to go.
She got to go.
So it's a her. It's a her. So who's the her? So to me, that's going to be how we end the season. I think that's how we're going to end the season, with Tariq having no choice but to unalive the love of his life.
Like the joint say, what did he used to say? Same next time, same bat channel. We'll figure it out.
We will be here, y'all.
Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, and drop y'all comments after this live. If y'all come up with anything else.
All right, we'll see y'all next week, y'all.
We out.
Peace.